Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. It is a supercharged in-state matchup that takes center stage in Chapel Hill with the number 5 national seed North Carolina, who's going to ride its ace Jason DeCaro against 3 seed East Carolina, a gritty squad that authored a signature win at the tournament yesterday over Tennessee, as the Pirates used a 4-run 14th inning to finally topple Tennessee yesterday to start this regional. And then North Carolina fired the only shutout on day one, a combined 2-hit effort led by 7 innings of heat from Ryan Lynch. So the winner tonight will be 1 win away from a super regional, while the loser will come back tomorrow at noon against VCU, who flat out stunned Tennessee and knocked out the Vols earlier today. With that, we say hello and thanks for joining us. Alongside Ben McDonald, I'm Mike Monaco, and these two teams met 3 times in the regular season and they split that series. So they run it back today and the winner is in the driver's seat.
What I like to call the catbird seat, Mikey. I mean, that means you're in position A. Got to be beaten twice not to advance to a super regional.
East Carolina coming off that great win yesterday. Their longest NCAA tournament game in program history, and Cliff Godwin said it was one of the best games he's been a part of.
I totally agree. I mean, it was back and forth. We had great pitching, some great defense as well. Boy, it was all square going to the 9th inning, and Whitaker steps to the plate, and he just buries one out toward right center field. Tennessee would answer back in the bottom of the 9th. And then in the 10th inning, Wallace lays down a perfect squeeze bunt, and then Tennessee answers right back. And then finally fast forward to the 13th inning, and that's Barrett. He got the party started. First batter of the 13th, or 14th rather, a long ball. And of course, ECU would tack on 3 more and win 7-4.
And now they got to face one of the best pitching staffs in the country in North Carolina, throwing its star, Jason DeCaro.
Yeah, I tell you, Lynch was outstanding yesterday. DeCaro, you look what he's in, man. He's top 10 in the country in wins, 7th in ERA. He's been a 3-year starter for North Carolina, and that's the 5-headed monster. It is a big-time pitching staff, a top 10 pitching staff in all of college baseball, and run prevention, when you add the defense to it, is the name of the game for them.
Check out this crowd ready to get in for the Pirates and the Tar Heels. Who's going to be in the catbird seat? 36 wins for North Carolina, who put up 8 runs yesterday. 5th best in the ACC, top 3rd in runs per game. See those dozen hits they had yesterday. Mr. Postseason, Gavin Gallagher hitting right behind Jake Schaffner atop this Carolina lineup. They all face an arm on the mound for East Carolina that they need length out of. The junior from Tennessee and the Tennessee transfer, Luke Payne, who spent 2 years with the Vols. He didn't face him yesterday, and so they're counting on him after using so many arms yesterday.
Yeah, 2 years with the Vols, man. He didn't get much playing time. Only 9 appearances. They were all out of the bullpen. He worked a total of 7 1/3 innings for Tennessee. Decided to transfer to ECU, and he's been used a lot more, making his 16th appearance, his 8th start of the year. 30 innings of work, 28 strikeouts. Pretty good number, but keep an eye on the walks. 22 walks. They've been trying to get him in the strike zone a little bit more. The stuff's pretty good. I mean, it's 90 to 94 from the left side. A really good changeup. That's probably his best pitch. It's a swing and miss pitch for him, and he'll show you a slider as well.
Absolutely pristine Saturday evening in Chapel Hill, North Carolina at the Bosch, with temperatures in the 80s and this place packed to the gills.
Weather perfect again, not too hot. A little bit more humid, I would think, today, but not bad.
A lot of purple and gold in the building, but predominantly Carolina blue still at the Bosch. 2 great fan bases in-state. Greenville less than 2 hours away to here in Chapel Hill. Luke Payne's ready with the first pitch that soars high to Jake Schaffner, and away we go.
What a big inning for Luke Payne, man. Biggest start of his career, obviously. And can he calm the nerves against a very, very good team? Good offense and even a better defense and pitching staff in North Carolina.
Well, he comes inside on his second pitch and hits Jake Schaffner. And so right out of the gates, Carolina's got a man aboard. And Luke Payne trying to settle in.
Yep, that's what they want.
Given real length at times this year, but this stage is different.
Just overcooks a fastball to the inside part. You can see where the catcher was set up with Walker Barron. He was set up on the outside edge, so that's a big miss to the arm side. So we'll see if Luke Payne can just calm his nerves a little bit.
He faces the junior second baseman Gavin Gallagher, who was 13 All-ACC. A monster in the postseason. He's had the lowest OPS of his career, but he is starting to sizzle. Singles yesterday, 2 walks for a guy who twice has been the most outstanding player of the first 2 regionals his first 2 years. 2-0 and 4 pitches all out of the zone from Luke Payne. Jake Schaffner can run 25 bags this year for an athletic North Carolina offense.
I don't think he'll be going anywhere right now. They're going to force Luke Payne to throw the ball over the plate. And I love this visit right here by Walker Barron, the catcher for ECU. Just kind of go out and calm his young left-hander down. Luke Payne's a junior, but again, you talk about experience now. I mean, his entire college career, 3 years, it's only 37 1/3 innings pitched. So it's not a lot of experience, especially in moments like this.
Had some lengthy outings the last 2 weekends of the regular season. And then in the conference tournament last Saturday against UTSA, he went 2 innings. Cliff Godwin gives him the ball today. 12th year head coach of East Carolina, who, man, they got that massive win against Tennessee yesterday, but at the cost of running through so many of their best arms. Cut and a miss. Good recalibration there with 94.
Yeah, that's a good arm, especially coming from the left side. And when Luke Payne's right, it's a good velocity fastball from the left side, and he loves his changeup kind of down and away to the right-handers.
That's why he's got reverse splits. He's had more success against right-handed hitters than against left-handed hitters this year.
And it's all because of the changeup. You know, I mean, opponent's hitting 132 off his changeup. To kind of give you an idea, the average D1 changeup is swung and missed about 33% of the time. His is swung and missed at 44% of the time.
Up high.
But this is a very disciplined offense at North Carolina High. They're not going to expand the zone. It's one of the things they do very, very well. And I think their offense gets overlooked in some ways. We talked about this yesterday. It's a really good, I mean, it's a top 20 offense in all of college baseball, but because the pitching and the defense has been so good, I think the offense gets overshadowed a little bit.
There's a strike to run it full. Yeah, Scott Forbes will tell you the same thing, that his offense, man, maybe they don't have the headlines of the great pitching staff, but They've been productive. They've hit a lot better in May. And you look at just league play in the ACC, they were one of the best.
It's not a huge home run team, but it's kind of middle of the pack in that regard. 4 players in this lineup for North Carolina, double digits in home runs. But there's still a few bases. They'll bunt a little bit. They'll hit and run. They can manufacture runs.
Another check at first, and a great play by Austin Irby to handle that. You can see it from Irby, and then also the catcher Walker Barron just trying to settle Luke Payne in here.
That heartbeat is high. You can see he is just trying to catch his breath. He's trying to slow that heartbeat down a little bit.
Caught and a miss. That's big from Luke Payne.
That'll slow the heartbeat down a little bit. A big punch out when you need one. Well, I like his arm, man. It's nice and smooth, and it kind of gets on you. 93, 94, right at the top of the zone. See Gallagher kind of look out there like, wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Pretty good stuff from the Tennessee transfer, who now faces Owen Hull. Heck of a year after transferring in from George Mason for the Alexandria, Virginia native. First team All-ACC, entered the weekend tied for 3rd in the ACC in RBIs, behind Louisville's slugger Ted Davis, drove in 98. Ryan Zuckerman at Georgia Tech had 76, and then Von Lackey and this guy Owen Hull right there with 75 each. There's a strike at 92 from Payne, and the key is strike throwing for Luke Payne. That's what Cliff Godwin was talking about this week. He said pitching coach Austin Knight has done a good job of getting Payne into the zone more.
Yeah, the stuff, I mean, a little bit of time we've seen him today, the stuff is good. I guess the question is, can you get over the white part of the plate enough?
Cliff Godwin has said that the changeup's gotten a lot better too. You mentioned that pitch, and then there's a slider also for Luke Payne, who worked his way into more opportunities. Got some lengthier outings starting in early April, first against Charlotte, then against Tulane, and then was big down the stretch for him the last 2 weekends of the regular season against Rice and Florida Atlantic. Went 4 innings, 1 hit, shutout ball against Rice, and then final weekend of the regular season, 5 innings, 1 run at Florida Atlantic. So there's the ability to get you into the middle innings today.
Yeah. And they needed him to because of injuries. Some guys have had to kind of elevate their game a little bit.
And now they're going to need it again after yesterday, where they had Ryan Towers start the game, 4+ innings. He was really good for East Carolina. And then Ethan Norby at one point threw 4 2/3 of 1-run ball. And those guys logged a lot of work for Cliff Godwin and Austin Knight. The 1-2 up and away to Hull. Joseph Webb worked very effectively, 2 1/3 hitless, and then Brett Antolik finished the game. Former Texas A&M Aggie went 2 2/3, 1 run. You definitely expect that Webb could come back and pitch again today.
Yeah, Webb, Rose, and Hoagland, I think, would be available today.
Backside base hit, Owen Hull. What a beautiful stroke into left field to put 2 on for North Carolina.
Owen Hull can hit, and I mean really hit. This is left on left here, and the only way you can cover a left-handed pitcher batting from the left side is, boy, you got to stay through the ball. And watch, he doesn't bail at all. Shoulders going straight towards the pitcher. The hands go first, the barrel behind it. That is a nice job, especially when you talk about left on left.
Traffic right out of the gates forced by the Tar Heels. First and second for their cleanup man, Macon Winslow. Junior DH, who was 3rd-team All-ACC after transferring in from Duke. I think it's a first pitch changeup with some cut to it.
Well, Payne's going to need that. He's going to need his changeup today. And boy, North Carolina can flat out hit. They hit overall, and they hit really good runners in scoring position. This team overall hitting .320 in these situations.
Winslow skies it left field. Jeff Sabater ranges back to the track for out number 2. Schaffner tags, moves up 90, but 2 down with runners at the corners for UNC. And right out of the gates, 15 pitches in, some activity in the bullpen with Charlie Hoagland, who you said would be right back up today.
Yeah, Cliff Godwin's not going to let this game get away. He is going to give it all he's got, I think, early in the ball game to stay in this ball game and then start to adjust from there, depending on what happens.
Yeah, we might see him blaze a little trail from the first base dugout out to the mound. Might be that type of game for him. Here's Erik Paulson, Stony Brook transfer first baseman. 2 hits yesterday. Paulson had a 2-run double that he tagged in the first, then an RBI single that he scorched in the 8th. He also walked in the game. He's had a very fine season. Good glove work at first. It's a slider from Luke Payne. You always talk about the importance of first innings for starting pitchers.
Yep. You kind of get through the first inning, you stack a 0 on the scoreboard, and the confidence goes up. And that calms the nerves more than anything does.
Payne trying to battle through this. (2-1). Down 3-1 on Erik Paulson, and a really dangerous bat on deck in the 6th spot for North Carolina in Cooper Nicholson. Team best 16 pumps for Cooper Nicholson. Payne to Paulson. That misses, and they're loaded for Cooper Nicholson. For Nicholson yesterday, 3 hits, including a home run that he tagged at 110 miles an hour off his bat.
Yeah, man, he got a fastball. That thing got out of there like right now it went out. Never got more than about 30 feet off the ground, it felt like, and quickly got out toward left field. That was his 16th long ball of the year.
Scott Forbes told us he's got the most power on the team. Biggest exit velos on the team. There are collisions happening when bat meets ball at home plate. Payne's 0-1. Fouled back. Nicholson was geared up for the fastball after a first pitch changeup.
Yeah, if you kind of read that swing, man, he was right on the fastball. Not saying you can't throw it again. You're just not throwing it for a strike on an 0-2 count.
Maybe try to flutter a changeup.
I like a changeup, but not for a strike. I like to start it on the outside edge, and maybe you get the swing and miss as it creeps off the outside edge.
Laced foul as he did try to go to the changeup.
But you see where it was left? It was down below the zone where you want it, but it was over the heart of the plate versus being on the outside edge.
A laborious top of the first for Luke Payne. Comes down to this with an 0-2. Nicholson strikes out, and Luke Payne exults.
Big time right there. That young man, biggest start of his career. He got in some trouble, but boy, did he ever navigate through it. To the bottom of the first, here we go.
NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? How big is that? From Luke Payne, he says, I got through the first successfully. He leaves him loaded with a changeup to get Cooper Nicholson and strand the bases loaded. And now East Carolina bats for the first time with a lineup that just kept coming at Tennessee yesterday. New look lineup because unfortunately Jack Herring is dealing with a hand injury, so he's not in his normal 2 spot, but Davin Whitaker is. He hit a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning yesterday against Tennessee. So that is the group that will face Jason DeCaro, the junior right-hander from Northport, New York, 6'5", 230 pounds. Top 10 in the country in ERA at 2.30. And this guy is 120th on our ESPN MLB draft ranking.
Yeah, be right around the 3rd round. And man, he has pitched in every situation you can pitch in, from starting in Omaha as a true freshman. Been a 3-year starter for North Carolina, making his 50th career start, man. How about his career record? 25-6 for his 3-year career. See what he's done this year. 10 wins. That ties for 5th in the country. The ERA, top 10 in baseball. Of course, first team All-SEC, Team USA guy last summer.
And if there's one thing to watch with Jason DeCaro here tonight, it's can he give length for North Carolina. That's been the big focus for him and Ryan Lynch the last few weeks. Ball 1 to start out to Grady Lenahan, the talented true freshman center fielder, Virginia native, who was all freshman team in the American. He was 1 for 7 yesterday in those 14 innings. He had a single in the 14th.
DeCaro's got to be pretty comfortable against ECU because his 2nd start of the year was against ECU, and it was his best start of the year. He went 8 innings of shutout baseball. Did DeCaro, struck out 7, only walked 1.
And that was a run rule complete game 8-inning shutout win from DeCaro. 10-0 for North Carolina. And that was in Greenville. Cliff Godwin said they were embarrassed in that game. It was a 3-game series that was split. So you had that on Friday. Saturday they played in Durham at the home of the Durham Bulls, the DBAP. East Carolina won that 10-3. And then Sunday in Chapel Hill, the weather came in. They played into the 5th inning. They got through the 5th. It was tied 3-3. Then a 2.5-hour delay before they banged it, and ended in Carolina's first tie since 2005.
How about that?
Jason DeCaro's 2-2. Lenahan rolls it left side, deep in the hole, and Jake Shafter's got no play. Infield single, Grady Lenahan to get aboard.
DeCaro, a true 4-pitch mix for him. Fastball about 57% of the time. Then comes the slider, the curveball. The least used pitch is the changeup, but it's a pretty good pitch when you talk about swing and miss. And that's not a bad pitch. Lenahan just goes out and circles it, kind of in that 5-hole over there. Nice play by Shafter, but no chance for him. You mentioned DeCaro's a big guy, 6'5", 230. So sometimes it takes him a little bit of time to unwind, and Lenahan will run. 11 for 12 in stolen bases this year.
Davin Whitaker, the batter. How much do you think East Carolina has to do some of that? Finding ways to force the issue and give you different things offensively, knowing that North Carolina is so well stocked with pitching?
Yeah, I think you got to take advantage of situations. I think hitting with runners in scoring position will be big. When East Carolina gets their opportunities, that's going to be big. But I also think if you can take an extra 90 every now and then, that's going to play well too.
Davin Whitaker squaring. He's practically standing near home plate. He rolls it back at DeCaro. And small ball from East Carolina right away.
So important to score first, especially against North Carolina, because when they score first, the record is just off the charts.
So you take your guy who's 2nd on the team in OPS, better than 1,000. He lays down a bunt and give up the out. And move Grady Lenahan to 2nd for Braden Burris. First team all-conference performer from Snow Hill, North Carolina. 3 hits in yesterday's game against Tennessee. He had a single in the 4th, a double to lead off the 13th. He scored on the squeeze bunt from Colby Wallace. Yep. And then Braden Burris had an RBI single to add on in the 14th.
Oh, and Burris has been huge in these moments this year for East Carolina. He's hit 338 runners in scoring position.
He's their best in terms of bat the ball. Best in-zone contact on the team, a guy who rarely swings and misses. He did expand there on the curveball.
But boy, DeCaro this year, man, in these moments, I always like to look for pitchers too and how they perform when runners get in the red zone in scoring position. His opponent's batting average on the year for DeCaro, 242, but 083 is his batting average when runners get in scoring position. He finds a way to elevate.
Burris flares one into center field, a base hit. Grady Lenahan scores, and East Carolina strikes first.
That's East Carolina baseball right there, folks. Leadoff single, sac bunt, get him in scoring position, and then you take your chances with your 3-hitter in Burris, and he drives him in. Didn't hit it hard, but boy, he hit it in a perfect spot. Right back from whence it came, and East Carolina gets on the scoreboard first. Like a fastball coming inside, just an inside-out swing, kind of gets it on the label just a little bit, but shoves it right through the gap right there.
I mean, how about that recipe? Infield single, sac bunt, flare single on a jam job into center. And a 1-0 Pirates lead. Pirate Nation here in Chapel Hill loves it, as now the cleanup man, the DH, Michael Kalinic, bats. A lot of pop in the bat of Kalinic, a native of Longwood, Florida. Has delivered in his opportunities this year. He's down 0-2 in a reshaped East Carolina lineup because I mentioned Jack Herring is not in the starting lineup. We saw him bunt with 2 strikes and the bases empty in the 10th inning yesterday. Cliff Godwin said after the game it's because Jack Herring hurt his hand in the conference championship game on Sunday, and Jack Herring had not taken a swing from that point from last Sunday until he walked into the batter's box yesterday. And it's tough for him to bat left-handed, so against a right-handed starter, Herring's not in there. It is easier for Jack Herring to swing right-handed, so we might see him perhaps off the bench later. And Jack Herring is a second-team all-conference player who leads the team in a boatload of categories offensively. An enormous absence for ECU. A roller past the dive of Jake Schaffner into center. Burris stops at second. 3rd hit of the inning, and an onslaught of base knocks early for ECU.
ECU carrying a lot of momentum and a lot of enthusiasm right now. 3 base hits, 4 batters have come to the plate. 3 of them have base hits. I love this approach by ECU, man, and this is kind of what they do. They take their big swings maybe in certain counts when they get counts in their favor, but for the most part they're going to stay gap to gap, right center field to left center field, and just try to barrel the ball up.
2 on, 1 out in the 5-man. Colby Wallace, the 3rd baseman, takes down from DeCaro. Wallace 1 for 6, team high 3 RBIs yesterday. Had that squeeze in the 13th, and then a 2-run double in the 14th that blew it open. 2nd-year starter out of North Carolina. It's outside, 2-0 with the slider. ECU faithful into it here at the Bosch. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate, glove side at 94.
Yeah, you can see where DeCaro likes his fastball. He loves the glove side, and that's where he's been peppering the ball just to the outside part.
Two 1. In the air to right. It sends Carter French back to make the catch for out number 2, and no advancement from the Pirates.
Well, if DeCaro could get out of this and just give up 1 run, I think he'd feel pretty good about it.
There's the other day, DeCaro said Scott Forbes challenged these starting pitchers. Said, you guys got to go deep. Take it upon yourself. Step up and pitch at their best here in the postseason. Trying to limit the damage here as he faces Jeff Sabater, who came off the bench and in extras had a 2-hit day just at that point on. Double and a single from a D2 grad transfer who stole 57 bases last year at the Division II ranks.
Big hits too, coming off the bench. And if I remember correctly, both of them kind of to the back side of the field, out toward left field. So he's another guy from ECU. Lets the ball travel, lets it get deep.
That's a strike, top of the zone, 0-2. Steady drip of offense and traffic. Jason DeCaro trying to turn off the faucet. 0-2. Breaking ball on the ground. That's a foul ball past Paulson. Braden Burris scores. Jeff Sabater comes through into the starting lineup and delivering for East Carolina.
Sabater is on a roll, folks. 3 for his last 3. And that was 0-2 too. A breaking ball kind of working down into him, but somehow he gets the barrel to it and gets it right down the right field line. So 2 on the scoreboard for ECU. Well, watch this move too. Breaking ball just kind of working down to him. He just simply drops the head on it.
And an RBI double to make it 2-zip, and 2 in scoring position for Austin Irby in the 7 spot. And Irby looked great yesterday. More like the guy who had a real fabulous freshman season a year ago when he was red hot in the postseason. Scuffles this year in the regular season, but Cliff Godwin had told us coming in that they liked Irby's swings in the conference tournament, and man, he backed that up yesterday with 2 hits and a couple walks. This one in the dirt, 2-0.
Just feels like DeCaro is searching for one of his all-speed pitches right now to kind of make a difference for him. The fastball's been pretty good.
See Carolina sending some personnel down to the bullpen, and Pirate Nation loves that. The 25th pitch of the first. Big cut there from Irby on the heater. Absolutely packed for some in-state rivals at the Bosch. The 2-1. Irby fouls it off. 2-2. DeCaro's pitched on the big stages. He went 4 innings in his regional debut as a freshman. He was the Friday starter in that one against the 4-seed Long Island. He's pitched in Omaha. He went 4 innings there against Virginia 2 years ago. Two. Just misses up, and it's a full count on Austin Irby.
Tell you how good DeCaro's been this year. All 15 of his starts, 3 earned runs or less. And ECU's got him for 2 here in the first inning already.
2 on, 2 out, 2 already in. And the 3-2. Irby strikes out as DeCaro pulls the string. Big time pitch from Jason DeCaro. Big time start from East Carolina's offense to grab the lead. North Carolina's made 12 trips to the Men's College World Series, including 8 in the last 19 full years where we've had NCAA tournaments. What a program.
Big time. And remember, they were runners-up back in 2006 and 2007 at the College World Series.
3 straight years, the top 5 national seed. 2 years ago, the number 4. You see, they got to Omaha that year. And then last year, number 5 national seed. They finished, what, 2 runs shy of getting there. They had a Game 3 Supers loss 4-3 against Arizona. Is this your debut on ACC Network?
I think it is.
How do you like it so far?
I like it. Never been here at Chapel Hill, but a beautiful ballpark, a beautiful place.
Now you still have the ESPN polo and the ESPN backdrop in the booth. But your maiden voyage on ACC Network.
ACC Network. Watched you guys a lot.
Of course. Thank you. We appreciate the patronage. 7, 8, and 9 starting with Tyler Howe, true freshman against Luke Payne. And Howe sprays one backside over Nick Parham at short for a base knock. This guy just hits as a rookie in this lineup.
Love his swing, man. It's such a flat swing in a time where everybody's thinking about launch angle and trying to get the ball in the air. Watch him just go up and just flatten that swing out. That is well done right there.
So Howe's on in front of Colin Hynek, Georgia State transfer and catcher. He bats in the 8th spot out of Rockmart, Georgia. Got hit by a pitch, scored late yesterday in that 8-0 win for North Carolina against VCU. How about that? A combined 2-hit shutout from UNC pitching yesterday.
That was their 4th shutout of the season,
which in this day and age is quite a few.
Yeah, when you talk about the equipment today and the way runs going on the scoreboard, I mean, there's an average of about 14 runs per game is the average game in D1 baseball. So anytime you throw a shutout, it's pretty special.
This one popped up into short right center. Grady Lenahan locates, shades on. One away. And Scott Forbes said after the game that all 3 of his pitchers yesterday, he said, threw extremely well. Ryan Lynch, 7 innings, 2 hits, 108 pitches, and then Walker McDuffie for an inning. And then Matty Mateus finished it off in the 9th.
Couldn't have worked out any better for North Carolina. Anytime your starter gives you 7, man. McDuffie only threw 13. Mateus only threw 12.
Both able to come back today if you need them. 9-spot Carter French arrived as a walk-on from Tampa. And for years, Scott Forbes has just had a gravitational pull toward Carter French, it seems, and putting him in the lineup. Really good defender, can lay down a bunt, tough AB. It's maybe not gaudy numbers, but Scott Forbes has a real connection with this guy, Carter French. They call him Dr. French. Got med school in his future. Scott Forbes told us there was a trip earlier this year where Carter had to fly back separate from his schoolwork. We flew back with team general manager Carter Hicks. Smarter than you or I would say.
Med school. Don't know anything about that.
You would have been a great doctor.
Maybe play a doctor on TV.
This one gets past Walker Barron. That was yanked by Luke Payne. Tyler Howe into scoring position. You do much acting? Any time on TV other than
all the time when I'm around my wife? I hope she's not listening.
Sorry, Nicky, I had no part in this.
Mike put me up to it.
Nope. 1-2 the count. Luke Payne dealing with a man in scoring position. Payne fires. This one hits French, but did he make a move to be hit by the pitch? For now, it's called a hit batter. You think that ECU is going to challenge it. Cliff Godwin comes out, and he will. right away he's going to challenge it. And the rule is if you intentionally make a movement to be hit by the pitch, it's a strike. It's
correct.
A famous rule now in the college game.
You don't have to get out of the way of the ball, but you cannot make a move to the ball to get hit.
East Carolina is challenging the hit by pitch. The play is under further review.
Boy, it's important. It's the difference between 2 on, 1 out, and a strikeout and 2 outs in the inning.
It was hard to tell live because it happened so fast. But the elbow did hang out there. Now, did he make a move towards the ball?
That's the DV Sport Replay Operations Center in Pittsburgh, where they're looking over everything. You can see they got Virginia Tech and UCLA front and center also.
So elbows out there. Does he make a move?
I don't know if he does. He certainly doesn't get out of the way. He is continuing his crouch down. Does he intentionally make a movement to be hit by the pitch?
Well, the bat's up, so the elbow has to come down to get a hitting position. So it starts to come down.
I think he extends.
Yeah.
I think he intentionally makes a move.
You could see as he got down toward the bottom of his load. Watch him down toward the bottom of his load, and then he kind of, see that right there? He kind of puts it out there.
So that should be a strikeout of Carter French for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now, whether they call that, down, down, and watch right there. See that little bit of move? Kind of went a little bit towards the catcher with that move. It's ever so slight.
I think that's pretty clear. Of course, we had a couple of those in Omaha during a no-hitter last year.
That's right.
So we should know the rule. Let's see the verdict. Jeff Wright is the home plate umpire. And Mark Wagers with the word.
After further review, the hit by pitch is overturned. He was with intent. That is strike 3. East Carolina has 2 challenges left.
It's a right call. It's a well-used challenge. Cliff Godwin was on it immediately, and there's 2 outs.
I think that's the right call. Again, you don't have to get out of the way, but you cannot make a move towards the ball. Scott Forbes can't believe it.
So 2 outs, but a dangerous bat here in Jake Schaffner. First team All-ACC shortstop who got hit by a pitch himself to start this game. He bounces one back to the mound, and Luke Payne handles. Got to hurry, got it there in time, and the inning's over. Really good answer after the leadoff knock against Luke Payne, and East Carolina leads by 2 in the 2nd. East Carolina is such a decorated program. Great tournament history. 36 NCAA regional appearances now, including 8 straight, one of just 7 teams to do it. It is the most trips, as East Carolina fans have certainly heard too much of, for a team that hasn't been to Omaha, but 7 super regionals, 3 of the last 6. They were so close at Vandy in 21 when Cliff Godwin said, "We are millimeters away."
Well, Cliff Godwin does an unbelievable job. I mean, you think about it, 10 NCAA appearances in his 11 full seasons at ECU. Never had a losing season. Cliff Godwin.
And they get back here again after a year last year that Cliff Godwin said was really frustrating. Injuries, drama, a lot of mess.
They have been through it this year. It has been a mess, but look where they are.
Huge injuries this year to the pitching staff. And yet here they are.
What did they lose? They lose their number 2 weekend rotation guy, number 3 rotation guy, and their closer, and yet here they are.
Barron in the air to right center, and that'll dunk down a base hit. Wow, great job by Owen Hull, speeding to that in the gap to keep that a long single for Walker Barron.
When we talk about this North Carolina defense, one of the top defenses in the entire country. That's a big-time play by Owen Hull. He's got a nice arm out in center field. And he catches this ball and quickly pivots and turns all the way around. This bat just kind of, the ball slicing off the bat. And you see Hull pursuing it, but it's slicing away from it. Watch how quickly. On one hop, he gets it, pivots all in one motion, and a dart towards second base to hold Barron to just a single. Put the brakes on.
Yank that e-brake back on your favorite tractor. Here's Nick Parham in the 9th spot, the shortstop. Goes first pitch swinging. I'll tell you what, this is a supercharged atmosphere here as well.
Yeah.
You can hear the barking from these fan bases. This is fun.
Was it a couple of hours separate these 2 programs?
Yeah, an hour 49,
yeah.
An hour 39 with me driving. Parham drops one down. DeCaro gloves and flips for the first out. So 2 innings, 2 sack bunts after the leadoff man got on. NCAA regional coverage at all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and on the ESPN app. And for more info, head to NCAA.com, the home for all NCAA championships. More small ball from ECU.
Yeah. We talked about the key for them was taking advantage of their opportunities. There's 2 for 4 so far. Runners in scoring position, looking to make it 3 for 5 and extend the lead.
As Grady Lenahan bats. He had an infield single that started the 2-run first inning. Talk about injuries, man. Grady Lenahan's been through it. It was mid-April. He suffered a dislocated shoulder on a dive at home plate trying to avoid a tag. His left shoulder was messed up. They put it back into place. He comes back a week and a half later, and in his first game back from the shoulder problem, Grady Lenahan gets hit in the face with a pitch, breaks his nose. Needed surgery in late April, and that's why he's got the shield on the helmet. Cliff Godwin has said Grady Lenahan, though, a 5-tool player, super intentional as a freshman in what he needed to do to get better and be such a big piece of this team.
You look at ECU, man, and you just think about grinders. That's what it feels like. That's what Cliff Godwin is. That's what ECU are. Just a dude that just will fight you and claw. And that's an outstanding slider down and away. Just paints a little bit of the outside corner. Cliff Godwin didn't like it. He thought it was down. 1 ball, 2 strike count, man. Trying to make a really good pitch, and that's a nice slider. Was it down? Maybe.
Down and come on. The words from Cliff Godwin. So now 2 outs and Davin Whitaker, and he skies one on the first pitch into short center. Owen Hull in, DeCaro out of the second. East Carolina by 2 after 2. Eli Holbert was on the bump earlier today for VCU in the first elimination game of this Chapel Hill Regional. And all Big Eli did was punch out a career-high 10 and knock out Tennessee.
And crush a few energy drinks along the way. I mean, my man had more energy than anybody I've ever seen. Didn't walk a batter, and a career-high 10 punch-outs for him.
You asked Eli Holbert, Big Red as I'm going to start calling him, where he does get the energy. You ask him if he sleeps. He sounds like he sleeps plenty, and yet he still loves his caffeine.
He loves his caffeine. That dude can do whatever he wants to do when you climb on the bump and do what he did.
Said he popped the Celsius pregame. You said just one?
Just one. One or four.
Yeah. Rounding error. VCU feeling good after that big-time win for Sean Thompson's team earlier today. Pitching from Eli Holbert and then Zach Peters to finish it off. So they get whoever loses this game tomorrow at noon Eastern. North Carolina down by 2 to East Carolina. Second time through the Tar Heels lineup. Gavin Gallagher in the 2 spot. He ran it full his first time against Luke Payne, who got a strikeout with 93, and that settled Luke Payne into the game before he left him loaded. This one popped up and fouled. 2-1.
I like where Luke Payne is right now. Struggled in the first inning, and I think that was to be expected. Biggest start of his career. Man, he has settled in nicely since then. Good fastball, pretty good little breaking ball. There's a good changeup.
To get a nubber, Walker Barron's got to hurry in time to retire Gallagher.
I love Walker Barron bouncing out. He calls off Luke Payne. Easier for the catcher on those because he's going towards the ball, the catcher is. So most of the time you want to see your catcher go out. Watch him go. He just calls him off. I got it. Clears up plenty enough throwing room. Got to get it out there and push out there enough where you got a space to throw the ball without hitting the runner going down the first base line.
Walker Barron, the junior from Atlanta, who Cliff Godwin said to us the other day, kind of like a Mike Bianco catcher. There's no one better than you to say what a Mike Bianco type of catcher is.
Mike Bianco, one of the best catchers I ever threw to. He can hit a little bit too, switch hitter, but man, called a good game. Of course, Cliff Godwin got to coach under Mike Bianco for about 3 years.
A good one back there in Walker Barron. So Owen Hull with 1 out, bases empty. Hull had a nice backside single in the first. It came off his bat at 102 miles an hour. Luke Payne falling behind, and it's 2-0. Comes back with a strike, just like he did against Gavin Gallagher. Big stage for Luke Payne when his team needs him to deliver length. Roller foul. Came in with the changeup. Owen Hull's had a good start to this NCAA tournament. The single here in the first. Yesterday he had an RBI triple plus 2 walks and some other hard outs. Way outside full count. Luke Payne's payoff outside, and Owen Hull takes his medicine and gives North Carolina a 1-out base runner, down 2 in the 3rd.
Well, this North Carolina offense, they just don't expand a whole lot. They're going to make you get the ball over the plate.
This team plays so hard. I mean, they are sprinting out every ground ball. They are trying to get 2 on every single end of the outfield.
Well, they play the game like it's meant to be played. And really, both these programs do.
And these teams will draw a lot of respect from opposing teams and coaching staffs. Hull on for Macon Winslow. Winslow flew to left field his first time back in the first inning. Talked a lot about this year how Macon Winslow transferred from Duke to North Carolina. Winslow did have some connections coming here to UNC. He was roommates in high school ball at the Pro 5 Academy with Gavin Gallagher. Had lived with Olin Johnson, a pitcher, during his time in the Cape Cod League. Had played against Folger Boas, so there was some familiarity for Macon Winslow with players here on this UNC roster.
That's growth right there.
2-0. Up and in. Payne trying to recalibrate around the zone. This will be the 50th pitch from Luke Payne. Forced to work in the third. Comes back with a strike at 92.
Right about 50% strikes. He'd like to be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, like low 60s is D1 average.
Yeah, if you can get to about 65% strikes, that's ideally where you'd like to be. But so far, been effectively wild is what I would call it.
Owen Hull's enjoying himself.
Let's go, baby, compete.
3-1. Winslow jammed, and it's back to full.
Notice how Luke Payne's fastball kind of gets on the North Carolina hitters. It's almost like he hides it because he's been in a lot of plus counts for hitters, and he's thrown the fastball, and yet the swings haven't been great. So it's almost like he hides it, and the hitters just don't pick up that fastball very good.
It's kind of a long, whippy frame.
Yeah. It's like they just don't see it as well as you would off of a normal pitcher.
Full count offering. Hull takes off, and that is popped foul. Forced to work and still arms at the ready. Charlie Hoagland had to get up in the first inning. Ready to come in if necessary. 3-2. Winslow strikes out. The throw from Barron. Got him. Strike him out, throw him out for East Carolina.
Big time right there. First, let's start with the pitch, man. 3-2 count, and Luke Payne just fishes a changeup in there, and he gets a swing and a miss. And boy, Walker Barron comes out behind home plate, and you talk about a rocket down to second base, and he just eliminates Owen Hull. Strike him out, throw him out. Watch this. It don't get much better than this. An outstanding changeup, and boy, does he come out of that crouch, and they dart down to second base. ECU off the field and up by 2.
We welcome you back to Chapel Hill, Boshamer Stadium on a beautiful Saturday night where this place is absolutely packed. Biggest show in town today, North Carolina and East Carolina in the 1-0 game after wins yesterday. With Ben McDonald and our entire crew, Mike Monaco with you. This game produced by Matt Bartley and directed by Steve Turnberger and our great crew working these multi-game days.
Long days.
Yes, sir.
But fun days.
Very much so. Braden Burris leads it off, 3, 4, and 5 for East Carolina against Jason DeCaro.
Well, ECU has done early in this ball game exactly what they want to do. Each of the first 2 innings, a leadoff batter has reached, so they've pressured up DeCaro, caused him to throw a lot of pitches.
What's been the best stuff from Jason DeCaro so far? It's a 4-pitch mix.
I like his fastball to the outside edge. I want to see him throw his fastball more to the inside part of the plate, because if I'm ECU right now, I'm seeing where he's throwing the ball, and there's a lot of pitches working to the outside part of the plate. So the right-handers might want to get their toes up on the plate a little bit and say, hey, if you're going to constantly throw the ball middle of the way, you know what, I'm going to scoot my toes up on the plate and I'll look for the ball middle of the way where I can get it to the backside of the field, because that's what they do really well. So I'd like to see him use the fastball in a little bit more. And I think he's still searching for a really good off-speed pitch. Y'all said that he can dot that outside part of the plate. That's his bread and butter. But you start to look for trends, and I'm sure Cliff Godwin and company have done their homework on DeCaro. They faced him back in February, so they kind of know what he likes to do.
Three-two pitch. Just outside. DeCaro in the spot you're saying he's living. And Braden Burris took it just off the edge.
How about 3 innings in a row the leadoff batter has reached? Pretty good pitch right here, right where he's trying to throw it on the outside edge. Well, that is close. That is really close, and an outstanding take by Burris.
I mean, it's just traffic right out of the gates against DeCaro in these first 3 innings. Now he's got to deal with the cleanup man, Michael Kalinic. Singled sharply to center his first time. In 3 straight innings where East Carolina is looking for a sac bunt. Talk to opposing coaches in the ACC, and they talk about how Brian Gaines leads his pitching staff. He's in the back there. That North Carolina's kind of identity as a pitching staff is pitching away, like you were talking about with DeCaro's fastball.
I understand that, because with aluminum bat, it's tough, right? But to keep hitters honest, you have to use the inside part of the plate, because it really just sets up the off-speed pitch when you can make hitters aware of a fastball in occasionally, just like that. I mean, that goes a long way. You show it every now and then. And all of a sudden you do it a few times and the word gets back to the dugout, hey, he will come inside with that fastball. And what I love in those situations is doubling up, because a lot of times the fastball in is just for show, and then a lot of guys get to the off-speed stuff back away. But sometimes when you double up inside on the fastball, it goes a long way.
And well, he's already proven against righties he can get to the glove side. And so against a lefty here, try to jam him in again. Kalinic in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The pitch. Ball bounced foul. DeCaro's got those 2 different breaking balls. He's had a 4-pitch mix since he showed up. As a starting pitcher, worked his way very quickly the first few weeks of his freshman year as a 17-year-old into the weekend rotation. Now just 20 late in his junior season. 1-2. Kalinic pops it up, foul ground. Outside at third, and Cooper Nicholson is there for the first out.
See, that's a good fastball right on the inside part.
So 1 down, it brings up Colby Wallace. And you mentioned how much Caro has worked in his career. And a big stage again for him tonight. He faces Wallace, who flew to right his first time in the first inning. Caro trying to get deep into this game. Slider misses to start.
That's what I noticed looking at Caro stats, man. He's averaged just 5 innings of work per start throughout the year through his 15 starts.
Goes, it's cut on and missed, but got away from Colin Hynek, and Braden Burris moves into scoring position. So East Carolina, the first 2 innings, did it with Zach Bunce, and this time they put Burris on the move with what looked like a hit and run, and he moves into scoring position.
He picked the perfect pitch to run on to. A little breaking ball down. Ball just squirts by the catcher, Hynek.
So man out there for Colby Wallace. Who's driven in a lot of runs this year for East Carolina. There was a point where former Pirate Chad Tracy was in town and was chatting with Cliff Godwin, and he was remarking about all the RBIs Wallace has come up with this year. 2-1. Lays off another slider. 3-1.
Well, he's proof you don't have to hit a lot of home runs to drive in a lot of runs. It's how do you perform at runners in scoring position, and he's been big this year. 368 for Wallace in these situations.
Ooh, just misses, and Wallace works a second walk this inning. That was close.
Couple of close pitches on ball 4 in this inning alone. Like he would with a little bit of a breaking ball, trying to get it to the outside part of the plate, but he kind of backs up a little bit.
And Scott Forbes gets on the walkie-talkie. So how does he handle this? He's got options on what he could do. As Jeff Sabater floats one towards short and dunks it down. Braden Burris to the plate. Owen Hull's throw is cut, and East Carolina adds on. It's 3-0 in the third.
Man, Sabater, huh? Came off the bench, got a couple of base hits yesterday, 2 for 2 today, couple of RBIs. And just not trying to do too much, just trying to put a ball in play. Wasn't hit hard, but boy, was hit in the perfect spot. Just a little lob shot out toward left center field, right over the shortstop, Schaffner's head. Look at that swing, just nice and short and tight. ECU put on a clinic today, a clinic of small ball.
I mean, Cliff Godwin always says about Jeff Sabater that Sabater's tough to defend because he's putting the ball in play. He can really run. He says Sabater with these great bat-to-ball skills just shrinks the field on you. And it forces Bryant Gaines to come out and visit Jason DeCaro. You said it earlier. Remember how good DeCaro was early in the season, second weekend. And look at this. Caden Glauber, the ACC Freshman of the Year, who you thought might start a game perhaps this weekend, is forced to get up in the third inning with East Carolina up 3-0. Mentioned DeCaro has had success in his career against ECU, but it's been different tonight.
Yeah, it's tough. When you see a team for the third time in a season, they got a really good idea of what you like to do. And I feel like ECU's game plan has been very, very good off DeCaro. And look, he's one of the best in the business.
You saw him last year went 5 1/3, and then this year that 8-inning complete game shutout in a run rule win in Greenville. Well, here's Austin Irby. He batted in the first inning with 2 on. He struck out on a full count changeup that DeCaro threw. And out to a board. Yet again for Irby. East Carolina with a chance to make this regional mighty interesting.
I tell you what, they're doing it too. Runners in score position 3 for 7.
Outside. Well, you put up a crooked number here. If you could force Glauber into the game, it changes the whole complexion of this regional. One. 1-2 on Austin Irby. Wallace and Sabater aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Inside, 2-2 on Irby. Boy, you can just feel the stakes of this one. It feels like every pitch has been protracted. These have been hard-earned innings.
I'm telling you, when you get the leadoff batter on every inning, like ECU has done, it makes it tough. Because you feel like your max effort to try to get out of just about every jam. And I keep going back to the approach. You look at the hits that ECU has got. A lot of them have been to the backside of the field. They're just kind of sitting back, let that ball travel a little bit, not trying to do too much with it. Just kind of putting balls in play, and it's going their way so far.
Jason DeCaro's ready. With the 3-2. Irby smokes it foul down the line at first.
DeCaro at 61 pitches here in the 3rd with just 1 out.
23 pitches in this inning alone. We haven't had anything really close to a 1-2-3 yet in this game. DeCaro delivers. Popped up by Irby, and this one will fade off toward the edge. Cooper Nicholson hangs with it for out number 2.
That's a big out right there. That ball came back too. Any ball that pops up around home plate and in the infield, it seems to always spin back toward the field of play. Cooper Nicholson just stayed with it, almost overran it as that ball came back.
So 2 outs now with 2 still on for Walker Barron. He had a great line drive swing into the gap in right center his first time leading off the 2nd. And then he had to strike him out, throw him out in the top half of this 3rd inning. A pie to start from Jason DeCaro.
In the 1st, 10 in the 2nd for the DeCaro, and 25 so far here in the 3rd.
Barron off the end of the bat, cued into short center, and Gavin Gallagher backs up to end the inning. Important from Jason DeCaro, but East Carolina adds another, and we chat with Cliff Godwin next.
visible fastball. They're not having great swings off of it, even in plus counts.
Well, it's been kind of effectively wild, so we've been living on the edge, which isn't a lot of fun for a coach. But we just want him to get the leadoff guy all out and then get us back in the dugout.
Cliff, thanks. Good luck the rest of the way.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, didn't someone else say effectively wild earlier?
That's what I'm seeing, man. He kind of sprays it around, does Payne. But listen, he's made some big pitches when he's needed to.
So his pitch count's at 53. You're into the 4th inning. A guy who's given length at times this year, like 5 innings.
And you have a 3-run lead, and
Exactly.
that matters too. You know,
And you
maybe
need
he's
a
got a
lot
little
out.
bit longer leash because you're up by 3. If it's a 0-0 ball game, maybe he's not in the ball game right now, but he's got a little longer leash with a 3-0 lead. And you heard what he said, man. Get the first batter of the inning, and that's what a lot of pitching coaches preach. If you can get that first batter of every inning, chance of the team scoring goes way down from there.
Yeah, baby, yeah, baby.
North Carolina got the leadoff man aboard in the first 2 frames. They did not in the 3rd, and Eric Polson leads off here in the 4th. He walked back in the 1st. Hey, if you haven't seen it, there's an awesome story that came out, really heartwarming, on the Polson family. Eric lost his father, unfortunately, in the summer. Eric Sr., who was a NYPD officer, and he passed away after a battle with throat cancer last summer, as Eric Jr. strokes this one into left and dumps it down for a base hit. And Eric Jr. talked last night after the game. He said, "I know my dad would be very proud of me. He came down with me this summer while he was sick on his son's official visit, and through all the ups and downs, he knows his dad is still with him watching this run in the postseason." Wow. It's an amazing feature that ACC Network put out heading into the weekend. And just sending our thoughts and love to the Polson family in what has assuredly been a trying year. So leadoff man on in front of Cooper Nicholson, the 2nd time through the order. Nicholson struck out on a changeup his first time when North Carolina had the bases loaded, and Payne wiggled through that first.
Another good changeup.
78, that's as big a velocity separation as we've seen on it.
You know, and we called it a changeup because that's what the scout report says, but it almost looks like he grabs that Vulcan grip a little bit too, like it's a different kind of changeup, almost like a split.
Kid, I'm down. Let's go, Coop.
Outside there from Luke Payne.
Because we have access to the spin rates, and that's 1,400. And typically with your changeup or a spinner, you see the grip right there? It's a little bit different grip, almost a little bit of a split grip.
I'm dead.
1-2. Bottom of the zone, strike 3 called, and a 5th K for Luke Payne back to the Vulcan.
Yes. And I mean, he places it absolutely perfect. And what I love about his changeup, he sells it like it's fastball. It looks like it's a heater coming out of the hand. It's a lot of arm whip to it. There's a good look. Look at that grip. Split finger grip. You can kind of see the rotation. The rotation's a little bit different, almost like a split finger fastball. And he just nails it right at the bottom of the zone. Nice job by Barron, the catcher. He might have stole that one. Quickly picks it up.
And then the big bender to start out Tyler Howell. Singled opposite ways first time, leading off the 2nd. Well, we've seen a few split finger grips. We saw some splitters from this East Carolina team, of course, yesterday against Tennessee, and then earlier today from VCU also. Line drive left field, base hit again, rinse and repeat. Tyler Howell, the freshman, can hit, and there are 2 on.
Gosh, that was a good move, wasn't it? It's hard to hang in there on those left-handers. You're a left-handed hitter, you got a left-handed pitcher. It's hard to hang in there, but there's a lot of hits to the backside of the field. Look at that, man. Just stayed on it, kept his front shoulder on the ball.
And this Carolina fan base getting fired up here in the 4th. Down 3-0 against East Carolina. And Colin Heineck, the batter, cuts through a really good changeup on the first pitch.
And North Carolina's had some chances. I mean, 0 for 4 so far, runners in score position. They had a big night last night against VCU. They were 6 for 10 were the Heels, but 0 for 4 so far tonight.
And a timeout taken here offensively as Colin Heineck will talk with Scott Forbes, and Heineck trying to get in gear. Been slumping a bit here recently.
There's what we're talking about. Opening game, they were 6 for 10 against VCU. I mean, they came up with some big knocks, but not so far. This is a team, look, on the year, hitting .320 with runners in scoring position. And I think this conversation's about it because I'm watching Luke Payne, and it seems to be more off-speed pitches in the last inning or two than it's been fastball. So maybe the conversation is, hey, until you get to 2 strikes, won't we sit a little bit slow? Let's sit off-speed and see if we can get something to the backside of the field.
Heineck squares one up. Deep center field. Lenahan's back. It is gone. And we are tied.
Come on now. I don't know what Scott Forbes told him, but whatever it was, it worked. Maybe it was look for the fastball and hit it way straight away center field for a Weaver. A 3-run shot, 415 feet off the bat. Or it went and then off the bat at 104 miles per hour. And just like that, we are all new again. Heineck's 8th long ball of the year. And boy, that's just leaning on a heater right there. That ball kept carrying and carrying. And finally, the center fielder, Lenahan, runs out of room. There's your big knock with a runner in scoring position.
And how about Scott Forbes saying, let's get this place fired up. And that's going to spell the end for Luke Payne. North Carolina has pulled even in the top of the 4th inning of this 1-0 game. Colin Heineck strokes one deep to center, and we are deadlocked at 3. Did his mechanics. He put his hands higher so that he could better handle velocity and ride fastballs at the top of the zone.
Well, I think that his work paid off on that swing right there. And I'm not sure what Scott Forbes told him, but that's what I call good coaching right there. Maybe he said, go over there and hit a 3-run homer, and boy, he did.
As you would say and did say, a Weaver.
A Weaver.
Scott Forbes can smile. It chases Luke Payne, who, man, he was effective for East Carolina. And Charlie Hoagland, the freshman from Dayton, comes on after he faced just one batter yesterday, left on left against Tennessee. The sac bunt from Reese Chapman.
Fastball, slider, and a changeup for Hoagland. A little bit different arm slot, way down low, give you a little bit different look.
After the big blast from Colin Heineck, enjoying life in that third base Carolina dugout. 3-1 on Carter French. Anytime Payne, man, he gave East Carolina a lot.
No, he did. And for a young man, it's only averaged 2 innings per outing this year. Got into the 4th.
French into left, Sabater in for out number 2. When East Carolina needs whatever length it can find. Used Norby for 4 2/3 in relief yesterday. They went 4+ from their starter Ryan Towers, and it's been well documented they lost their Saturday and Sunday starters plus their closer due to season-ending injuries this year. Jake Schaffner bats. 2 outs, bases empty. Now tied in the 4th. Strike 1 to start from Charlie Hoagland. On the ground to second, Braden Burris to end the inning. But a big swing from Colin Hynek. Dead Central has tied it. We're going to ask Scott Forbes what he said to Colin Hynek right before that when we come back. Back in Chapel Hill, we're joined by Scott Forbes. Scott, very simply, what'd you say to Colin Hynek after that first pitch changeup?
Just try to slow him down. I can tell our guys, I mean, they're amped. So that's been my goal the whole game, is just slow them down a little bit and remind them to have a little fun. I just said, hey, man, don't let that changeup slow your bat speed down. Stay short and try to find the ball in the gap. And I just told him my money was on him.
Well, he found it all right. What are you seeing from DeCaro today?
You know, he's battling. He just hasn't had the off speed to really put him away based on what I'm seeing from the dugout. Y'all can probably see a little bit different on TV, but he's made some big pitches and kept us in the game, allowed us to get back in it with that 3-run home run. So hopefully he can get a little bit stronger right here.
Scott, thanks so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank y'all.
Is that what you're seeing with the off speed?
Yeah, I mean, we touched on that earlier. I think the fastball command to his glove side's been really good, but like he struggled for what I call an out pitch, or a wipeout pitch, a strikeout pitch, a killer pitch, whatever you want to call it. He has struggled in some ways with 2 strikes to put some of the ECU hitters away.
And he starts out with ball 1 with a fastball at 91 to Nick Parham. Asheville native, 2 hits yesterday, a couple singles his first 2 trips, including to get him on the board in the 5th inning. He smoked one up the middle.
There's a good changeup. I think that's been the biggest issue for DeCaro. Like he's just struggled for something consistent on the off-speed part. But these are the days, I mean, I tell people all the time, I mean, very rarely do you go to the mound and everything's working. I kind of break it down in thirds. A third of the time you're going to have your A game, and that's when the game's pretty easy for you because you got everything going. And a third of the game, your stuff's just kind of okay, and you can navigate through it. And there's a third of the time where you don't really have anything, but your job is still to go out and compete and give your team a chance. And for me, the most fun I had was on days where I had nothing, and you look around, you're thinking, you leave the bullpen going, I'll be in the shower in a couple of innings, and then all of a sudden you look up in the 7th inning and you're still pitching. Those are the most rewarding days because you kind of figure it out along the way. It's easier when you got your A game going.
2-2. A little roller right side at Gavin Gallagher for the first out. Hey, ESPN's the home for regional coverage for around-the-clock action. Scan the QR code below. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. So, Ben, having said that, what do you think you would lean on here if you're DeCaro? Like, what would you rely on right now to know you're going to kind of have to grind it out?
First thing he just did, he got the leadoff batter of an inning for the first time today. So that's a big step in the right direction. So now you got one out and nobody on. But now I'm searching for a secondary pitch and something that I can use. And again, that's his bread and butter, fastball to the outside part plate. We know that he can do that. So you get out there in between innings and maybe you throw a few more breaking balls. You get 7 or 8 warm-up tosses and maybe you spin a few more breaking balls than what you normally would. Maybe you throw a few more changeups to try to get the feel for an off-speed pitch.
This is Grady Lenahan, the leadoff man, down 0-2. He's got an infield single and a run scored, and then a backwards K on a DeCaro slider. In the air to right, Carter French got a great jump for out number 2. Never really thought of that between innings, maybe you're throwing different pitches than normal to try to find something.
And it used to be, I mean, if I got 7 or 8 pitches, I'd throw 4 or 5 fastballs, spin a couple curveballs, and it may be a changeup. But now, if I'm struggling with my breaking ball, maybe 5 of the 7 or 8 pitches are the breaking ball, because, you know, the off-speed stuff is more of a field touch thing. So maybe you spin a few more breaking balls, just trying to get it going a little bit. But nothing gets you going more than a 3-spot and a Weaver. And now we got a tie ball game, and DeCaro is trying to carry that momentum back in the dugout and throw up a 0 on the scoreboard.
You always talk about the importance of a shutdown inning after you score. 2 quick outs, but now Davin Whitaker. Sack bunt in the first, fly out to center in the second. A high strike 1-1 from DeCaro.
You can see the velo starting to dip just a tick for DeCaro. And that's okay, as long as his command is there. The fastball velocity is not the end-all be-all. It's kind of more where you throw the ball.
If you're there, you're fine with ones. A couple 91s from Jason DeCaro living at the knees. And the Carolina faithful is letting Jason DeCaro hear it. The 1-2. A little too high and no chase from Davin Whitaker. Really good job to lay off.
And DeCaro hunting his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game.
The 2-2. Tried to change up there. And a full count on Davin Whitaker. There's some good ABs from Whitaker. A guy who's had a high chase rate this year. He laid off that elevated fastball, spits on the change. And now the 3-2. Inside, and Whitaker works a walk. So we still don't have a 1-2-3 inning in this game. And now you get the 3-spot in Braden Burris. With the pitch count approaching 80. Caden Glauber was up last inning.
Scott Forbes has got a decision to make right now. You got Burris stepping to the plate. He's got an RBI single and a walk in his second at bat.
Glauber's going to start to get up again and work some more. And Colin Hynek with a mound visit completely designed to buy some time. Well, here's a reminder of where we are in the Chapel Hill Regional, with North Carolina as the number 5 national seed. Winner of this one is in the catbird seat headed to tomorrow and a regional final. If you win that game, if you win this game and then win tomorrow night, you advance to Super Regionals. Now, if you lose tomorrow night, we come back for a Game 7 on Monday. So, big spot for North Carolina. Jason DeCaro has seen Braden Burris twice, but he's not going to see him a third time. Braden Burris had an RBI single and a walk against Jason DeCaro, and Scott Forbes isn't messing around. Caden Glauber is coming on, the ACC's Freshman of the Year. An absolute weapon out of the bullpen, who very well could pitch the rest of this ball game. Glauber enters in a 3-3 game in the 4th. The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
2 weeks away from the start of the Men's College World Series. Elimination games today. Tennessee, first time ever going 0-2 in their 16 NCAA tournament appearances. How about elsewhere in the ACC? Virginia Tech is an inning away from eliminating the #1 overall seed UCLA. Who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Team that has been wire to wire #1 in the country, and then Southern Miss, #9 national seed, goes out. They're 2 in barbecue as a host. Jason DeCaro exits this game in the bottom of the 4th inning. And North Carolina turns to its superstar freshman, Caden Glauber, who Scott Forbes said to us is probably their best pitcher right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I've been waiting to see this kid. How about this? 9-0 with a 1.93 ERA, making his 24th appearance. He does have 2 starts, 70 innings of work, 80 strikeouts for a true freshman, and opponents hitting 180 off the right-hander, Glauber.
Couple 95s to Braden Burris.
3-pitch mix, fastball, slider, and changeup. And all 3 of them well above average when you talk about swing and miss rates.
It's a well-told story, but Caden Glauber should be a high school senior. He enrolled a year early, like Jason DeCaro. There's the slider to Burris, who shakes his head. 2-1 against Glauber. Against East Carolina's spunky second baseman. Backs up, 3-1. Braden Burris has his fingerprints on everything for ECU. Yesterday and again today. 3-1. Breaking ball from Glauber.
Man, anytime, I don't care who you are, anytime you can pitch backwards, meaning you can throw something other than a fastball and a fastball count, it's normally a recipe for success.
Caden Glauber's 3-2 is outside. Burris walks. Back-to-back free passes worked by this East Carolina offense, and they got 2 aboard with 2 out in the 4th.
These are 2 good offenses, man. They don't expand very much. They're going to make you challenge the ball over the plate.
I mean, this game is a war. Every AB, it feels like, has been a battle. Nobody giving in the winner's bracket.
Well, we've not had a 1-2-3 inning on either side yet. That's what kind of action there's been.
Michael Kalinic in the cleanup spot for East Carolina. He singled in the first up the middle and popped out and foul ground to third in the 3rd. Faces Caden Glauber. 2 on in the 4th. Swung down. And we were talking with Scott Forbes the other day about Glauber. He said next year Caden Glauber is a slam dunk Friday starter. Give you 120 innings. Said for right now he's kind of like Trent Thornton was for North Carolina in 2013. Trent Thornton started against LSU in Omaha that year.
He also told you this kid could very well be right at the top of the draft in a couple years as well. That's what he thinks of him.
Yeah, he said, I think this guy's going to be in the mix for 1-1. He said it's, not to put too much on someone, he said it's kind of like Justin Verlander in terms of the frame and the command. Out of that frame to have that command with the arm the way it is.
Well, you mentioned how young he is, and he's lean, and you can kind of dream on him a little bit in a couple years. Puts on 10 pounds. Fastball's probably going to tick up. It's already up to 96.
He wanted that fastball. He didn't get it, so it's 3-1 now on Kalinic. Glauber's 3-1. Kalinic popped it up foul and a full count. heart-racing moments in the NCAA tournament.
See if Glauber goes to that breaking ball or maybe the changeup. That was a pretty good pass and a fastball.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Caden Glauber slams the door shut in the 4th inning.
Big time right there. 3-2 count. He didn't go with the fastball. He spun the breaking ball in there, and DeCaro certainly appreciates that. And Glauber gets North Carolina off the field, and we are still all square, 3-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Watch this 3-2 pitch here. Spin them if you got them, and that's spinning one in a big moment right there.
South Carolina, and would be a weekend starting pitcher at a lot of different schools around the country. The staff was saying to us the other day, son of a big leaguer, and this kid just entered the fray, and after the walk of Braden Burris, he punches out Michael Kalinic. Clutch from Caden Glauber. So 3-3, we go to the 5th inning to see who moves to Sunday night, and they'd be 1 win away from the Super Regionals. 3rd time through for North Carolina, 2, 3, and 4, and Gavin Gallagher tucks one fair down the left field line. Leadoff double for big game Gavin.
Boy, does he just shine when the stage is the biggest and the lights are the brightest. Gavin Gallagher just gets it done. Leadoff double and a good start in the top of the 5th for North Carolina, looking to take the lead for the first time tonight. Watch him go out and just circle this ball. Ball on the outside part of the plate just goes out and circles it, catches it right on the barrel.
To lead off this 5th inning against the young left-hander, the freshman Charlie Hoagland. This is Owen Hull, and Owen Hull gets hit. First 2 on for the Heels. Now Ryan Lynch wanted to grab it. And now maybe a mocking challenge signal from the fans who maybe didn't like when Carter French got struck out for his intentional move earlier. North Carolina's fans fired up here at the Bosch. Boy, it's been a great atmosphere for college baseball.
It has been unbelievable.
And Cliff Godwin pondering, and he's going to come out and make a move. Cliff Godwin makes the signal to the bullpen, and we'll go get Ethan Rose. The young right-hander's coming on for the 2nd time this weekend. 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. They played small ball. A Davin Whitaker sack bunt moved up Grady Lenahan, and then Braden Burris got East Carolina on the board. Jeff Sabater had an RBI double down the right field line, and they added another run with Sabater in the 3rd. But the big swing came in the 4th inning for North Carolina. A 3-run shot to tie from Colin Heineck.
Yeah, ECU, couple of sacrifice bunts. Been big with runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 10 in that one big swing by Heineck. And that's where we sit.
6 hits aside as we play on in the 5th inning. And a pitching change for East Carolina to the freshman right-hander Ethan Rose. All freshman team in the American. We saw him yesterday for 2 batters in the 12th inning, couple singles.
Yeah, solid ERA, making his 28th appearance of the year. 33 2/3. He's worked 21 strikeouts. Now, walks can be an issue for Ethan Rose. He's got 23 base on balls in 33 innings of work. Opponents hitting .275 off the submariner. Rose.
Making Winslow squaring to drop down a bunt from the cleanup spot. Kind of gives you a sense of what these teams are playing for, and maybe also how much North Carolina trusts Caden Glauber.
Yes. I feel like if you can get him a lead, especially a couple-run lead, he could take it for a while.
Winslow a fly out to left and a strikeout swinging, and he squares again. And he gets it down. Rose thought about 3rd, and he will just take his medicine. Sack successful from Macon Winslow, now 2nd and 3rd. I thought he was going to fire for a sec.
I like the idea. You want to just check Justin. You know you have enough time just to check, see if the runner, because you never know. Runner could have got a bad jump. He could have tripped and fell down, so you want to just make sure he's going to be there. The ball was bunted pretty hard right back at him. And he spins really quick, takes a look, says, no, I'm going to take the out over at first base.
So 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for Eric Paulson, who was aboard 3 times yesterday. Paulson waiting here on a day where he's walked and singled. And a left-hand hitter against the righty in Rose. Walker Barron talking things over, presumably buying time. Nobody throwing right now. And now they're going to heat it up in the East Carolina pen. And it looks like Joe Webb is ready to come on. Cliff Godwin steps outside the dugout, and here he comes. So Joe Webb will come into this game. Veteran trusted arm, all conference reliever who can pitch a ton in a weekend for East Carolina. It'll be the 3rd pitcher in a span of 3 batters for ECU. We step aside and then right back to Chapel Hill. innings and 3 punch-outs.
Yeah, he looked good yesterday. Boy, he threw a lot of split-finger fastballs yesterday. Kind of his main out pitch, making his 30th appearance of the year. 4 starts to go with those 30 appearances and 63 2/3, man. Big-time strikeout numbers. 82 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 190 off the right-hander. Well, fastball's going to be in that 87 to 91 range. Pretty good little slider, a little spinner from down low. And then that split finger fastball that you're talking about, which has big time swing and miss on it. 54% swing and miss on that splitter. D1 average on that split finger, just about 32, 33% to kind of give you an idea.
Guy transferred in from Liberty. Before that, a couple years at junior college. Last year at Liberty, really good season. He's backed it up again for Cliff Godwin, Austin Knight and company.
Yeah, Cliff Godwin goes and gets one of his best strikeout guys, because that's what ECU needs right now, is a punch out.
Eric Paulson, first pitch swinging in the air to center. Grady Lenahan backs up and plenty deep to score Gavin Gallagher and give North Carolina the lead.
Well, Paulson wasted no time at all. And the situational hitting for both of these teams have been really, really solid. These two teams play a very similar offensive game.
Boy, saw the splitter up and pounded that thing to deep center.
And that's the key with the splitter. You can see the grip in his hand right there. Is you want to see it up. The one that starts at your knees, that's the one that falls well below the zone. That's the one you want to lay off of. You want to see it elevated.
Just a great job of understanding the scouting report by Eric Paulson. And now sharing with Tyler Howe what he saw in the splitter. 2 of them for Cooper Nicholson, who was punched out twice on changeups today. So they feed him more soft stuff. Webb trying to limit the damage with Owen Hull at third. 0-2. Down. Good block by Barron. You got to have trust when you're throwing that many splitters.
Especially when there's a run out at third base. And that's so big for a pitcher to be able to throw his best pitch and bounce it on purpose to look for that swing and a miss and know that your catcher's going to find a way to keep it in front.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Trust again. Barron gets the tag on Nicholson. And Webb leaves him in at third. But Eric Paulson with the sac fly puts North Carolina on top in the 5th.
Squeeze play, all the highlights, all the big moments.
Got a chance to have some big time fireworks.
6 to 8 games on the screen at one time.
You're going to be locked in for that.
The season on the line.
Hashtag squeeze play. Send us some tweets. Maybe we'll put you on the social wall.
The storybook season will continue. They're rolling on squeeze play. Now remember what history tells you in regionals. Since we've had this format since '99, 93% of regional winners won their opening game, much like these two teams. Halfway through, North Carolina now up a run in this game for the first time on East Carolina, who's got Colby Wallace leading off against Caden Glauber. By the way, speaking of squeeze play, Ben McDonald, we've been keeping eyes on what's happening in Los Angeles, where the #1 national seed UCLA is down in an elimination game 5-3 in the ninth to Virginia Tech.
Might not even get out of their own regional. Might go 2 in barbecue in their own regional. You talk about a big-time upset.
Virginia Tech right now batting in the top of the ninth. They just got another home run from a star freshman in the ACC, Ethan Ball. And they lead by 2 on the team that has spent the entirety of the season ranked first in the country.
Yeah, preseason #1. Only team in D1 baseball that did not lose a 3-game series all year long, just dominated their conference.
Boy, that would be a disappointing end of the season for the Bruins.
Rock Chalowski could very well be the #1 pick, their shortstop, and that's a real frisbee right there. Watching Glauber, and it's just a little bit different. You see how low that arm slot is? So it's a lower arm slot, kind of 3/4, and maybe even lower than that. So the fastball's got some carry to it because it almost appears like it's up shooting, and then he gets that little frisbee, almost like a little sweeper working off the outside edge to the right-handers.
You know what it reminds me of? Right-handed Chris Sale.
Yeah.
Limbs and lower arm slot.
A lot coming at you, long and lanky.
Jeff Sabater, the batter, takes 94, pinned at the thighs. They call him Globe. That's the nickname for Caden Glauber. Back foot.
Well, he's starting to glow a little bit right now.
ACC Freshman of the Year, all ACC first team. 1-2.
How about Sabater today, too? Double and a single, 2 RBIs.
Transfer from D2 Millersville. Lays off of that. Again, he didn't come into the game yesterday until the 9th inning. Michael Kalinic got hit by a pitch. Jeff Sabater ran for him. Sabater then batted for the first time in the 11th inning and had a 2-hit day. It's a roller here. You got to hurry. Gavin Gallagher commits the error.
That's what speed does to you right there. You took the words out of my mouth. Got to hurry. And when you know you got to hurry as an infielder, it speeds you up a little bit because of the speed of Sabater. Gavin Gallagher knew he had to be perfect. He had to come get it because of the speed. He just was not able. It'll go down as an error. Just a big old chop, man. Out of the box, he is moving. That ball just hit right in the tip of the glove and popped out.
So man on for Austin Irby. On the ground to short. Up with it, Scheffner. Gallagher's turn, it's 2. Glauber picks up his captain at second base and gets North Carolina off the field. like this. Auburn survived earlier today against NC State. Hats off to Elliott Avent. Man, what a career he had just down the road in Raleigh with NC State. And
such a good guy to like, man.
Really is. And right now, Ben, UCLA, pardon me, bottom of the ninth inning. They just got a leadoff home run from Mulavai Lavu.
Okay.
And they've cut the deficit to 1 against Virginia Tech. It's 5-4 Hokies. And UCLA does have 29 comeback wins this year.
Wow. That feels like a lot of
More than
comeback
half
wins.
of the wins they've had this season. So we'll keep you posted on that as we continue on in a heck of a ball game here in Chapel Hill. Ben McDonald, Mike Monaco with you, our whole crew behind the scenes. 6th inning, Joseph Webb against Tyler Howell. First pitch swinging. 7, 8, and 9 for North Carolina, and the first full inning for Joseph Webb.
And Tyler Howell's had him a good start to the day today. 2 for 2, couple of singles. There's your splitter. And we talked about Webb yesterday. Seemed like he can kind of dump that splitter in there for like a strike when he wants to, just kind of flutters. And then he's got the one that really has some nice downward action when he's looking for a strikeout.
0-2. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell. We go back and look at both those pitches. The first one just kind of fluttered in there for strike 2, and then that one really had some depth to it. Because most guys use a split finger fastball. It's just an out pitch. Not many guys can actually throw one and dump one for a strike and then throw the nasty one behind it.
That soars on Webb. Changing the eye level of Tyler Howell. And how about this? UCLA just tied the game with Virginia Tech.
So 2 runs in the 9th. Still nobody out, we're hearing.
It's got back-to-back home runs. They have 2 of their veteran leaders who just went deep. Mulavai Lavu and then Roman Martin. Bouncer at shorts. And Nick Parham is up with it for the first out. So, man, we got great action going on everywhere around the country right
now. It's been a great regional. It's just the 2nd day into it.
You got Florida State right now in a battle with Coastal Carolina, an elimination game down there. They've been battling the weather. That game in the top of the 6th. Florida State up 2-1 on Coastal. Georgia's up 4-2 on Liberty. Winners bracket through 5 innings in Athens. Colin Heineck through the splitter. Good one in Morgantown. West Virginia, a national seed. Tied with Kentucky in the winners bracket 6-6 in the 5th inning. Real close one just like this.
Well, Kentucky just kind of snuck in, playing well in their regional.
They got a big win yesterday against Wake Forest in a real competitive regional in Morgantown. Arkansas up 1-0 on Kansas, top of the 3rd. That's in Lawrence, winners bracket. 1-1 up and in. It hits Heineck, and a 1-out base runner as that one leaked on Joseph Webb. So man on for Carter French. French 0 for 2, a strikeout swinging, and then a fly out to left field from the 9th spot in the order. He squares and he bunts it foul.
That's the 105th time this year that North Carolina's been hit by a pitch. They take their bruises.
They'll find a way on.
Yeah, any way you can get on. They ain't getting out of the way anything. They are just, their feet are planted at home plate.
Program record, as you saw. French pulls back, trying to bunt the splitter. Hardest pitches to bunt. What feedback would you get?
I would think a good breaking ball is a hard pitch because you're trying to obviously stay on top of the ball. That ball's coming down. And a splitter, I would think, would be, a good splitter would be very difficult to bunt as well.
French lays off. It's a big part of what French will do in their lineup. French getting these starts here in the first 2 games of this regional over a red-hot Rom Kellis, who's a right-handed hitter with a ton of power, and yet still against a lefty starter. French earned the start today. That dots the bottom of the zone, so 2-2 with French not offering.
Well, that's where Webb wants to throw his fastball because it sets up that splitter in the same spot. So he wants his fastball. Now, every now and then he'll go up top and he'll change the eye level a little bit. He likes fastball down because he can throw the splitter out the same window.
2-2. Full count on Carter French. Kind of cat and mouse between these two in a bunt situation. 9th spot in the order after the 1-out hit batter. Is down, and there's 2 on for North Carolina as the lineup turns.
Right back to the top, and Schaffner hunting his first base hit of the day.
Yeah, Schaffner's got 2 ground outs, and he got hit by a pitch early on. Again, 2nd day in a row for Joseph Webb, who will get a visit here from East Carolina's pitching coach, Austin Knight. Nobody up in the pen, so 20 pitches. This belongs to Joseph Webb. An injury-ravaged pitching staff that lost Sean Jenkins, the closer, guy who was basically a top 20 reliever in the country, had a mid-2s ERA, but now with an arm injury since late April, had surgery. Gavin Van Kempen, he was the Saturday starter, transfer from West Virginia. He made 6 starts with a 1.84. He had the internal brace surgery for his UCL. And then the Sunday guy, Colby Weber, hasn't pitched since mid-March, and he's out for the year.
Yeah.
They've been hoping to get him back for the postseason. So this staff on fumes and trusting its big guns.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, Cliff Godwin's always done a great job coaching, and all their staff has. But this year, when you lose that kind of pitching staff and you still find your way in a regional, man, that's a big-time coaching effort by this bunch. There's a good splitter just to the outside edge.
Now there's some stirring in the bullpen. That's old 99 in your program, Gavin Marley, junior right-hander. One-one. Down and in to Jake Schaffner. 2 balls and a strike, and North Carolina hunting insurance.
North Carolina 1 for 6 today. Runners in scoring position. Looking to make it 2 for 7. A little add-on.
3-1.
That's some pretty good takes right there. All those balls just kind of starting in the zone and drifting down.
With Heineck and French aboard. Schaffner ropes one off the mid of Irby into right. Heineck gets windmilled from second, and North Carolina adds on. An absolute rocket from Jake Schaffner.
Jake Schaffner finally got himself in a fastball count. And he was hunting the fastball, and you talk about put a barrel on one. Austin Irby had a chance there. This ball was rifled off the bat. 107 off the bat. It'll go down a double and an RBI. Watch this swing here. Got him a fastball, pretty much center cut, and just hits a bullet to Austin Irby at first base. Up the ladder, he goes off the glove, and he kills it just enough where the right fielder Whitaker can't get to it. Schaffner ends up with an RBI double. North Carolina plays a little add-on, and now 2nd and 3rd for them with just 1 out.
And again, like yesterday, East Carolina will defend it aggressively. They've got to with the infield in against Gavin Gallagher. First pitch swinging, popped up behind the plate, and this one will reach the seats. Big swing from Schaffner against Webb. And now can North Carolina widen this margin even more? Gallagher, a strikeout in the first, a low roller in front of home plate in the third, and then a double down the left field line to lead off the fifth, and he came around to score.
If you're Joseph Webb, you need a strikeout here, and you need it in a bad way. That or a ground ball right to one of your infielders that are pulled in. And you know he's going to lean on that splitter.
One. Gallagher pulls it down the line again to the corner and off the wall. French and Schaffner score. Big game, Gavin Gallagher again.
This dude, man, I'm telling you what, he just keeps on coming up big for the Heels when it matters the most. And he got the splitter all right, but it was an elevated splitter, and he just barely just missed the home run. Just pretty much a line drive right off that 335 down the left field line. And North Carolina scores 2 more and now up 7-3 here in the top of the 6th. Watch this swing here, man. Gets the splitter and it's elevated. Boy, he just sticks his nose on it. He finds the barrel. And just a rocket. And I mean, hits nearly right off the 335.
And he's going to chase Joseph Webb from this game, too. Cliff Godwin back to the pen. And it's getting somewhat ridiculous how reliable Gavin Gallagher is when he plays in the postseason.
It's almost like you get to the point where when you get a chance not to pitch to him, just put him on base. I mean, that's how good he has been.
And he does it again. 2 doubles down the left field line. The last 2 innings forces Gavin Marley into this game for East Carolina. The postseason OPS in 3 years for Gavin Gallagher is over 1,100. And just in regionals, look at those numbers.
I mean, those are almost like video game numbers. He just continues to come up big. There's your hanging splitter, boy. That's going down and getting one right there. And that's kind of what I've seen from him just in a short time, a couple of ball games. When he gets a mistake right now, Mikey, he doesn't miss it. Like, he just doesn't miss the mistakes. Back-to-back doubles, one by Schaffner, one by Gallagher. 3 runs total driven in between those 2 back-to-back doubles.
And a nice moment there with Scott Jackson, former Liberty head coach. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Gavin Gallagher said it this week. I don't have much to explain it, to be honest. But he said it comes down to slowing the heart rate, staying calm in those moments, and man, he has done it so well in 3 years, and he forced Joseph Webb out of this game too here in the 6th inning. And East Carolina summons the redshirt junior Gavin Marley from Hickory, North Carolina.
Gavin Marley making his 25th appearance of the year. Very good ERA, 3.3, 35 and a third, 39 strikeouts. That's a good number, but keep an eye on the base on balls. 19 of those. Opponents hitting .218 off the right-hander, Marley.
Spent time at Division II Lenoir-Rhyne University. First year pitching for East Carolina. First pitch to Owen Hull is the fastball, and that's what Cliff Godwin and East Carolina liked about him. Austin Knight, they liked his fastball profile. Kind of has that rising effect.
Well, this offense has woken up for the Heels. 6 for their last 11.
North Carolina just really makes you earn it. Well-rounded, steady, hard-playing team.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, and it's a team that can beat you different ways too. Sack flies, sack bunts, blow it out of the ballpark every now and then. And of course, typically really good pitching and outstanding defense. It's what you call a complete team. And I'm going to tell you, when you get to Omaha and the park gets bigger out there, and we've seen this before, and the wind blows in, these teams that really blow the ball out of the ballpark, they can get in trouble in Omaha when the wind is pushing it, because you can't hardly hit a ball out of that ballpark. And so these teams that learn how to win different ways, and they can beat you a lot of different ways, all of a sudden those teams become real factors in Omaha.
And can you do it different ways? You do it when it's not all predicated on home runs. Two-two. Cut and miss, and Hull strikes out. There's that good heater from Gavin Marley that the metrics love.
You could tell too. And again, a little bit, we always talk about this with pitchers. What makes you different? There's a lot of things that make you different. Could be analytics, could be a different arm slot, could be you hide the ball, could be extra velo or spin rates, a lot of different things. But what makes you different than the average pitcher? And you can tell from Marley that that's a little bit lower arm slot with kind of an upshoot looking fastball.
Now Macon Winslow. 7 unanswered runs right now for this North Carolina offense. Macon Winslow flew to left. He struck out swinging, and then he had a sac bunt against Ethan Rose in the 5th inning from his cleanup spot. 1-1. East Carolina got 2 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. Up 3-0 into the 4th. North Carolina tied it in the 4th on the Colin Hynek blast to straightaway center. Took the lead in the 5th on the Eric Paulson sac fly, and then they've added on 3 here in the 6th. 1-1. It's outside. 2-1 on Macon Winslow. By the way, UCLA is trying to walk it off now in the bottom of the 9th inning. They got runners at the corners, 1 out, tied at 5. Fouled away. We just got word UCLA just did walk off Virginia Tech to stay alive, so the #1 national seed still has a pulse.
And how many comeback victories is that now?
30.
30 comeback victories.
Two. Lashed foul. So they were down by 2. They got back-to-back home runs to start. Bottom of the 9th inning to tie it, and then with runners at the corners, Phoenix Call, a veteran guy who played in Omaha last year, he laced the game winner to walk it off into left. Two. Winslow jammed to 3rd. Nice job by Colby Wallace hanging with that past Gavin Gallagher, and the inning's over. But a 3-spot added for North Carolina. Their lead is 4 on ECU. Bottom 6, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. 7-3 now is the North Carolina lead on East Carolina. We'll send up 8, 9, and 1. They got Jason DeCaro out of this game in the 4th inning, but North Carolina's offense just keeps coming.
Yeah, and this offense was pretty stagnant for North Carolina the first 3 innings of this ball game, but boy, the last 3 they put up 7 runs, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and now 3 in the 6th to take a 7-3 lead.
With a great crowd on hand.
We got, well, what are we bobbing for apples here? What are we doing?
Everyone okay? I thought we were coming up here. You scared me. Yeah, we're good. We got good mobility over
We saw Big Red earlier. There's Little Red there.
That's a good shirt, too. Some good vibes. Walker Barron against Caden Glauber. Awesome night, awesome crowd. Great evening in the sport of college baseball. Barron 1 for 2. You see the single to right center in the 2nd, and then he popped the 2nd in the 3rd. And now he gets Caden Glauber. Ooh, how we like this? Tusks up.
Hey now.
Are those tusks? I guess they're ears. Horns, that too. Popped up down the line at right, and Gallagher can't make the basket catch.
Those are the longest tusk I have ever seen.
They're horns.
Yes, they are. Boy, everybody kind of the Bermuda Triangle, too. Yeah, that's the one you want to catch right there. And Carter French, the right fielder, that's the easier play for him if he can get there, because he's coming in versus everybody else kind of running with their back to the infield. We talk about this in the postseason, and really it goes for baseball. You start giving teams extra opportunities and not making plays like that, a lot of times it'll bite you.
Man, you saw that from Scott Forbes. That's a guy who tries so hard to never exude negativity to his players. He talks all the time about how his goal is to make them play free. Glauber strikes out Walker Barron with a backup breaking ball. 3rd K for Caden Glauber. NCAA regional coverage for all 16 sites continues tomorrow on ESPN Plus and on the app. And for more info, you can visit ncaa.com. The home for all NCAA championships.
Remember at the College World Series not too many years ago, Oregon State and Arkansas played down the right field line that was not made. Oregon State would come back and win game 2 and then win game 3.
You know, kind of the same spot that that was. Nick Parham, the batter. Sorry if I'm distracted. I'm still being chewed out for saying tusks in my ear.
I understand.
Please forgive me.
Hey, it's been a long day. It's been 2 long days.
Cut and a miss. That's 96 with life and a super high spin rate from Caden Glauber.
I see what you're talking about now. My first time to see him in person, and I tell you what, it's real.
1-2. Nasty.
I mean, it's just like my best against yours. See if you can get a piece of it. And those horns going to keep growing too. With Glauber throwing the ball like this. This is just top shelf heater with a lot of ride to it.
I mean, this kid is the real deal. And then some.
Yeah, look, he's aggressive too. I mean, he just goes right after you.
Grady Lenahan has an infield single and a run scored in the 1st. Strikeout looking in the 2nd. Fly out to right. Trying to find any way on against Caden Glauber. They built up Caden Glauber as if he's a starter, but he's just fit better on their team out of the bullpen. And when North Carolina has had some short starts, oftentimes it hasn't mattered because of Glauber and Walker McDuffie.
Yeah, when you got 2 dudes at the back of your bullpen like that, they not only come in and get outs, but they can give you a lot of length. So valuable.
What a luxury to have the bespectacled Walker McDuffie, Caden Glauber.
Yeah, and the way this pitching staff sets up, man, in Omaha, I'm telling you.
Caden Glauber strikes out the side in the 6th. And this kid's disgusting.
Dirty.
Seventh inning on the way, and our newest friend is realizing his newfound fame.
Check him out. Say, hey, man, they just put you on TV.
We are famous.
Like them horns have rubbed a little bit of hair off that head, too. Oh, it's worth a kiss, though.
Oh. Got the championship belt, too, huh?
Man, he's all in. That's what you call all in.
This game here was a prize fight early. 3-3 into the 5th. This guy, Eric Paulson, put North Carolina up 4-3, and then UNC just added 3 last inning in the 6th. East Carolina, resilient team that's been through a lot this year, not going anywhere. But down by 4.
No, ECU. Good. Cliff Godwin, they ain't no quitting this team. They are going to keep coming at you. The question is, can their pitchers stack a few zeros and just give their offense a chance to climb back in?
Gobbled up by Austin Irby. And one away for Gavin Marley. Yeah, that's a goal. And then just see what your offense can do. They're going to have the heart of the order the next half inning. 2, 3, and 4. But
yeah,
Caden Glauber looks pretty close to unhittable right now.
That's going to be the problem. I mean, if your pitcher stacks some zeros, you got a guy on the bump. And Glauber, this got some A-grade stuff.
Glauber walked the first guy he faced and then has gone strikeout, strikeout, error. Double play ball, strikeout, strikeout, strikeout.
And look, he's getting better too. The command's getting better. Breaking ball's been really good. He's just kind of sitting over there like he's at a picnic right now, like hardly even sweating, it feels like. Going to my point about North Carolina, if they can make it to Omaha with the pitchers that they have, your starters don't have to give you a ton of length. When you got 2 dudes in the back end of your bullpen like that, that's a nice play, huh?
Irby picks up Braden Burris to retire Cooper Nicholson. Yeah, if you can get to Omaha the way it's structured, you like what you have if you're Scott Forbes and Bryant Gaines.
Yeah, you run out there, Ryan Lynch and DeCaro, and just say, hey, boys, get me through 5. Get me through 5. You get to 6, that's icing on the cake, and then we're going to bring the relievers in after that. And you get the off days in between. The relievers can kind of rest a little bit, and they'll be available just about every game.
Well, 2 outs, base is empty for Tyler Howe. 2 singles, his first 2 trips, and then a ground out to short at Nick Parham. Still a long way to go here in Chapel Hill in the regional. Misses inside from Marley.
He's retired all 4 batters he has faced so far.
Oh, this one fouled off. The catcher, Walker Barron, gives us a sec to give you, Ben, a Caden Glauber stat. How about this one? North Carolina this season, when Glauber makes an appearance, when he pitches, North Carolina is 23-0.
Can't do much better than that.
No.
Well, the numbers for Glauber just ridiculous.
Two and two. Howe thought out instead. Marley pulls it back to 2-2. Would you say the count is even at 2-2?
Yeah, I like a 2-2 count, but I think as a pitcher, this is the count you want to make it happen on.
But I'm saying you get 4 balls and 3 strikes. Is it really even if it's 2-2?
I guess that's debatable.
Okay.
I feel like nobody has a big advantage. I'll take that back. I mean, if you look, and we looked at the numbers at the big league level with 2 strikes. I mean, you get at the big league level, you get a hitter to 2 strike, any 2 strike count, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. Big league hitters hit 169 in 2 strike counts. Now, obviously, it's a little bit higher at the collegiate level because the average big league hitter today is hitting, 239. The average D1 hitter today is hitting about 290 to kind of give you an idea. But still, you get to 2 strikes, man, and it just changes the game. And working from ahead, and you can look at the splits at the big league level, ahead in the count, behind the count. Big league hitters ahead in the count hit 339. Behind the count, they hit 182. And so when you show those numbers to pitchers, and that's what a lot of pitching coaches are doing now, they are showing the actual numbers and percentages. You can call it analytics or whatever you want to call it.
Well, from 2-2 to Howe flying out, collision avoided. 1-2-3, very nice for Gavin Marley.
Let's go here!
Squares one up. Leatherhand's back, and it's gone. North Carolina leads East Carolina by 4. Coming out of the stretch. And for the Tar Heels fans, the vibes are good. They're trying to get to Sunday night, and with a win, they would be 1 game away from a super regional.
Sitting in that catbird seat.
Your favorite.
Favorite word, man. That means you are sitting where you want to be. Got to be knocked off twice.
And East Carolina will send up 2, 3, and 4. Davin Whitaker walked his last time. Faces Caden Glauber for the first time. What's got to be the plan of attack against Glauber based on what you've seen?
From what I've seen, the fastball most of the time is going to be a little bit elevated. So if you're hunting a fastball, you want to try to get to the top of the zone with your swing and be ready to take a ball that's going to be a little bit elevated.
Whitaker down the line and left. It fades foul.
But I tell you what, when you get to 2 strikes, man, you better be thinking backside of the field. He's got a pretty good breaking ball to go with it. But he's tough. I mean, you talk about the velo, and that's one thing, but I'm looking at the movement, too, and the profile of the fastball, and it's got some left to right in it, and it's got a little bit of carry through the zone. So it's movement plus velo, and that's a tough combination to navigate.
Fouled away. Caden Glauber came into this game in the 4th inning. He has 5 strikeouts since of the 7 outs he's recorded. 1-2. Just misses, maybe down and in.
Well, Jeff Wright, home plate umpire, had a little bit of a flinch there, too. He started to jump up and punch him out.
Caden Glauber's 2-2. Looks outside, full count. This is nice from Davin Whitaker.
Cliff Godwin still pacing.
3-2. Swing and a miss.
That's not fair.
Slider to the back foot. And strikeout number 6 and 4 in a row from Caden Glauber.
3-2 count. Up by 4 runs. You think, okay, he's going to throw me a fastball here. Get myself in a fastball count. Instead, he spins a really good breaking ball down and in and just underneath the bat. 5 swings and misses so far for Glauber. 6 strikeouts.
And now he faces Braden Burris, who takes the first pitch slider for a strike. Braden Burris, one of the heartbeats of this team, and playing with a heavy heart these last couple weekends. Cliff Godwin told us Braden's grandfather passed away last Saturday. So Braden wasn't even at practice on Thursday and playing to honor his grandfather here this weekend. He's been aboard 4 times in this game for East Carolina.
Yeah, he has done his thing today. And that's what East Carolina needs, a few base runners and maybe, just maybe, blow a ball out of the ballpark.
Real emotional stuff for the Burris family, who Cliff Godwin has known very well for a long time. He played in high school with Braden's father in the same town, of course, Snow Hill, North Carolina. So we send our best to the Burris family. 1 out, 1 on. First hit given up by Caden Glauber, and here's the cleanup man, Michael Kalinic. Rocket into right field by Michael Kalinic. Burris Motors first to third.
Okay.
Run will come to the on-deck circle for ECU.
If you're waiting for ECU to fold up, it ain't going to happen. I'm just telling you. They're going to keep coming. And that's what I call hunting the first pitch fastball right there. Kalinic, boy, watch this fastball. 0-0 count looking fastball, and boy, that's tattooing one right there. That is finding the barrel. 107 off the bat, and an easy first to third for Burris.
And now Colby Wallace. 0 for 2. Fly out to right, a walk in the 3rd, a strikeout in the 5th. And the breaking ball in for a strike from Glauber.
And for Glauber, this is about minimizing damage here. You don't mind giving up 1 here. You just want to stay away from the cricket number.
Caden Glauber wants to reset with the pitch count. Wallace pops up a bunt, trying to get one home. Trailing by 4.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, ECU starting to run out of outs.
They got 8 left to play with. Nearly wasted one there. 0-2. And Wallace strikes out. 7 Ks for Caden Glauber.
Man, I tell you what. That breaking ball special. It's late, late, late. Looks like the fastball out of the hand. And he gets almost all the way to home plate and he just darts left. And he throws it in the perfect spot. And that's where all the pitchers are trying to get these days with 2 strikes, right? Out of your hand, you want it to be a strike. But as it gets that 60 feet 6 inches, you want it just out of the zone. That's perfectly executed by Glauber.
Jeff Sabater, the batter. Borderline pitch for Sabater, who's got an RBI double, an RBI single, and reached on an error. 8 out of 12 first pitch strikes for Caden Glauber, who falls behind. Down the line, that's fair from Sabater. Butter scores and a bobble by Howe in left. Here comes Kalinic to the plate. And it's a triple for Jeff Sabater.
How about Jeff Sabater? What a day it's been for him, too. A triple, a double, and a single. He is a home run away from the cycle, folks. And that's where he's made his money. We saw it yesterday, 2 base hits to the backside of the field. This ball hit off the wall. It kind of hit off the brick wall down the left field line, and it shot right past Howell in left field. Watch this move to the ball. That is a beautiful swing, inside-out swing, left field, just a line drive out to left field. And watch Howell out in left field. He's not quite sure where this ball is going to hit. And watch it hit off the wall. It kind of hits off the wall, and when it hits off the wall, it just kicks. And it kicks right between his legs and by him, and the race is on at that point. It'll go down as a 2 RBI triple and some 5s going on over at third base.
Hello on Squeeze Play. Jeff Sabater getting his first start of the weekend, just tripled with his 3rd hit of the game, and we got a 2-run ball game.
Just that fast.
You said it, East Carolina wasn't going anywhere, but Caden Glauber had looked unhittable. He had struck out 4 in a row, but then a Braden Burris single, a Michael Kalinic single, and now Sabater. And now Austin Irby representing the tying run. This guy's had good at-bats all weekend, but it's 2-0 here from Glauber.
Man, I'm so impressed with ECU. They just don't give up, man. They just keep on coming at you.
The ACC Freshman of the Year, Caden Glauber, 2-0 in the air, center field. Hull backs up with room, and the inning's over. Exhale for Tar Heels fans. Glauber gives up a couple, but UNC still leads by 2 through 7. Rewarding performance, and Colin Heineck with a big blast in the 4th.
Yeah. North Carolina down by 3, man, and it was all ECU to that point. He got an elevated fastball, and I mean straight away center field after a quick meeting from his head coach, Scott Forbes. Scott Forbes said, hey, go hunt you a fastball. Stay short and tight to it. That's good coaching.
It paid off immediately. It was a first pitch changeup that Colin Heineck had swung through. And Scott Forbes tried to tell him, don't get sped up. Make sure you still get plenty of bat speed to it and just be confident. Gavin Marley to Colin Hynek. We're in 23 in the Carolina blue.
I know that number.
Great crowd here on Tobacco Road. And on the hands, and Hynek got the barrel to it. Leadoff single in the 8th inning.
You're right. That was a good move to the ball. Almost like a backup breaking ball.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was even a strike either, but that was a good move too.
So Hynek's second knock, 3rd time he's been aboard. And another leadoff man. You've been talking about the importance of that all night.
And Marley's been so good too. He retired all 5 before that single that he had faced.
Carter French can bunt. He offered at it and missed on a fastball down in the zone. North Carolina trying to manufacture some more, and they do this often with Carter French.
Trying to get that runner in scoring position for the top of the order that is coming.
French pops it up, and Barron right there on it. That's a rarity from Carter French.
Scott Forbes saying, everybody calm down. We're okay. Keep that barrel up. Keep it up, man. When you drop like that, calm down.
I don't know if there's a head coach of a national seed who exudes more calm. Schaffner rolled it. Burris turns it. The throw from Palm, not in time. Schaffner digging out of the box to stay out of 2. Tough to turn.
Really tough to turn that one. But Burris, I tell you what, this takes some guts right here, because the easy play here, working towards first base, is take the out over at first base, but he wants to keep the runner out of scoring position, and that was almost a big-time turn there. Look, Schaffner getting out of the box. He's got to stay out of 2. He wants to keep this inning going.
And he does for Gavin Gallagher, whose numbers in the tournament are ridiculous year after year.
Started off 0 for 2, but the last 2, how about back-to-back doubles?
Gavin Gallagher has played in, I guess, 10 now regional games. He's got 5 home runs, 7 doubles, and has driven in 20 in 3 years. He rolls this one gently to third at Colby Wallace. And the inning is over. Gavin Marley's fired up, skipping off the mound. East Carolina's got some of this momentum. They got 6 outs left to play with, down by 2 against UNC. NCAA baseball regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Back and forth we go. East Carolina jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the third. North Carolina countered with 7 straight runs, but then East Carolina just got 2 on a 2-run triple by Jeff Sabater in the bottom of the 7th. And now 6 outs left to play with for this ECU offense. Winner goes to tomorrow night, 1 win away from a super. Loser comes back at noon tomorrow against the 4-seed VCU. Walker Barron leads off.
And after 2 runs by ECU in the 7th, this ball game feels a lot different just being a 2-run lead for North Carolina.
Bottom of the zone, called a strike from Caden Glauber. Who came on in the 4th inning. Pitch count right around 60. Popped up into short right. Carter French calls off Gavin Gallagher for the first out. It's the luxury that North Carolina has, that you get a short start out of your Friday starter, Jason DeCaro, and you got to go to the bullpen in the 4th inning, and yet Caden Glauber can take you home.
I mean, you think about DeCaro, man. Back-to-back starts for him, not going 4 innings. That's the first time that's happened in his career here in North Carolina.
If North Carolina advances, it's going to be something that North Carolina will be trying to figure out. So we go now to the 9th spot. We're going to get a pinch hitter here for East Carolina with Matt Lashley for Nick Parham. Parham had a sac bunt, a ground out, and a strikeout. And now Lashley, who also came off the bench yesterday and has spent time this year in a starting role. Entered the weekend with an OPS near 800. Down 0-2. Lashley, a JUCO transfer with some speed. He's got a pretty good arm too. He's a high-end defensive player in his conference in junior college. Outside off the back door. One, 2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Can Lashley find a way on for the top of the ECU order?
I mean, that's the idea for ECU right now. Just get a man on, because that obviously will bring the tie-in run to the plate.
Good take. Cliff Godwin pushing more buttons after the 14-inning classic against Tennessee yesterday. Caden Glauber is ready. 3-2 to Lashley.
Man, how many times have we seen that by Glauber? Just a freshman, man. He gets in those 3-2 counts and he can land that breaking ball. This is advanced. I mean, you don't see many freshmen with the confidence to go up there in 3-2 counts and continue to do this, and just kind of a spinner just to the outside part. Emergency hack by Lashley. And he's just like, hey, this is what I do, man. This is what I do.
Grady Lenahan. I mean, we haven't seen a hint of a smile from Caden Glauber since he came on.
It is all business.
Lenahan a single in the first, 2 strikeouts and a flyout since. Lenahan in the air, well struck, left center field. Howes on the run, holds back to make the catch. Inning over. We go to the 9th. North Carolina leads East Carolina by 2. North Carolina, great host for us once again at Boshamer Stadium. Ninth inning on the way. Winners bracket. North Carolina, the #5 national seed, and East Carolina. Ben McDonald, Mike Monaco, our whole crew with you. And North Carolina by 2, looking to add on with 3, 4, and 5, starting with Owen Hull. Can they get to tomorrow night?
Yeah, and if you're Gavin Marley, man, got to stack a 0 right here and just give that offense one last chance.
First pitch down, ball 1 to Hull, who has a hard hit single oppo, a walk, got hit by a pitch, been aboard 3 times. The Heels trying to get to the regional final tomorrow night. High fly ball to center. Grady Lenahan. 1 down. So again, the bracket looks like this. Tennessee got knocked out earlier today against VCU, who stayed alive with a really big win for that program. They fight on. They got their pitching in a decent spot as they go tomorrow at noon against whoever loses tonight.
Yeah, VCU's been impressive, man. Never thought they were going to knock off Tennessee, but they did. They just outplayed Tennessee. Flat out outplayed them. Tennessee, obviously, we talked about it, had a little bit of trouble with runners in scoring position on the weekend. I think they were 1 for 17 in their 2 games, and it's a team that was really good all year long. Hitting with runners in scoring position.
Macon Winslow pops out to Colby Wallace. That's a frustrating end for the Vols. And now
no doubt.
Cliff Godwin's team, they're going to have 2, 3, and 4 coming in the next half inning. In the bottom of the 9th. Credit Gavin Marley. He's done a really nice job since he came on in the 6th inning.
We talked about when he came in, his job, he had one job, to stack as many zeros as you could and give your offense a chance. And ECU did. They cut the lead in half, a couple of runs. Back in the 7th inning.
And they've done that with Marley's support. 3 1/3, shutout ball, 1 hit. He just 1 strikeout, but he's been super efficient.
Yeah, 33 pitches, 25 of which have been strikes too. So that's filling it up.
Longest outing of the season for Gavin Marley. North Carolina trying to slow him down. It's just been a few pitches here in this top of the 9th. As the bat's ready for Cliff Godwin. That's Michael Kalinich, 13 in the gold, who's due up 3rd in the bottom of the 9th inning. For now, Eric Paulson. Outside, ball 1 to Paulson in the 5 spot, who's walked, singled, scored, and supplied a sac fly. And he grounded out to first his last time. Up and away, 2-0.
Be careful here.
Good spot to be, arm side, right?
Down and away, yeah. I mean, for this ballpark, I mean, late in the ball game, that's where you want to pitch. I think the lefty's kind of away. Maybe the righty's a little bit more inside. He's a little bit bigger out in left field, left center field.
Hits a spot again. Paulson didn't like it, but a great location, 2-2. Gavin Marley has stepped up large for East Carolina. His 2-2 fouled away by Paulson. Boy, this has been nails from Marley when East Carolina has needed it. Having used all the big guns yesterday.
We talked about this. I mean, it's a time of the year where guys that didn't have maybe leverage roles for you are going to have leverage roles, and you got to step up. And certainly Marley has done that. He's given ECU a chance.
2-2. Just off the inside, full count.
Marley thought he had strike 3, man. He's bouncing.
Now this will be the 40th pitch for Gavin Marley and the 7th in the AB. 3-2. Paulson spoils it. Fouls it off the catcher Barron. Another 3-2 on the way from Gavin Marley. Roped into right. That's a fair ball for Eric Paulson to the wall. Paulson's got a 2-out double. And the 4th time he's produced in his spot in the order.
That's a professional at bat right there. Fought off some really tough pitches and then finally got one he could handle. And it looked like a fastball right on the inside part of the plate. And the big fella, watch this move to the ball. Hands in. Look how he just kind of alligator those arms. Just kind of gets them in tight to his body to get the barrel to it. That's a nice move.
So 2 hits, the walk, the sac fly. And now Paulson's in scoring position for Cooper Nicholson. He's 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts, and then he rolled it short. His last time in the 7th after a big day yesterday. He homered in a 3-hit game against VCU. Nicholson went around. 1-1. North Carolina looking to add on before the big bats appear for East Carolina in the bottom of the 9th inning. Gavin Marley trying to slam the door. 1-1 is a strike in a great spot. Gavin Marley's 1-2. Foul back by Nicholson. Caden Glauber ready to finish it off if he can in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 is away.
North Carolina day 3 for 10. Runners in scoring position. Love to make it 4 for 11 and maybe a little bit of insurance.
The 2-2 in the air center field, right at Grady Lenahan. Inning over. Job done by Gavin Marley, who's been massive today for East Carolina. He's down by 2. Whitaker, Burris, Kalinic due up for the Pirates. Bottom of the ninth, East Carolina down by 2 to North Carolina, and Caden Glauber comes out of this game before the bottom of the ninth. He goes 4 1/3, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts, 67 pitches. And instead of facing 2, 3, and 4 again, some of those guys for a third time, he turns it off to his fellow bullpen star, Walker McDuffie, the sophomore, pitching for the second day in a row.
Yeah, McDuffie, 13 pitches yesterday. 6-footer out of North Carolina, making his 33rd appearance of the year. 61 2/3 he's worked in. He's a big strikeout guy too. Look at there, 79 strikeouts for him. Opponent's batting average just 184 off the right-hander, McDuffie,
who very often has gone back-to-back days this season. He's done it a handful of times. He's even done 3 games in a row this year. When McDuffie has pitched on the second day of back-to-backs, it's 16 innings, it's 3 runs. So it's a 1.69 ERA. Opponent still hitting 182 when he pitches that second day in a row. Like, the numbers haven't dipped.
So the stuff stays the same. He holds his stuff even pitching back-to-back days. McDuffie's fastball 91 to 95, slider and a changeup.
Davin Whitaker bats. He had struck out against Caden Glauber, and McDuffie pumps 95, and this place is rocking for the bottom of the ninth inning. There's a strike poured into Whitaker, who yesterday had a dramatic ninth inning home run in East Carolina's eventual 14-inning win against Tennessee.
Boy, if you're ECU, man, you gotta find a way to get somebody on base. Get that tying run to the plate. Easier said than done, because McDuffie's got some really good stuff. When you talk about his swing and miss on the slider, the swing and miss on the changeup, well above average.
How about that changeup when you see sliders normally from McDuffie? It's been a big pitch for him, though, this year as a sophomore. 1-2. Whitaker strikes out, and another changeup from McDuffie.
And that's just a dive bomb changeup, too, and that's what you call throwing a perfect 1-ball, 2-strike count right there. Starts it right at the bottom of the zone, and watch where this thing ends up. See where the catcher, Heineck, sets up, and that's exactly where it's delivered. Big-time pitch. Back-to-back changeups.
How about the 3 arms North Carolina rolled out today? Jason DeCaro, Caden Glauber, and now Walker McDuffie.
Impressive.
McDuffie now faces the 3-hitter for ECU, Braden Burris, who's been aboard 4 times. 2 singles, 2 walks for a leader on this team. Right in the middle of everything for the Pirates.
And that's where they are, right in the middle of their heart of their lineup, too. Right where they want to be.
Burris had walked and singled against Glauber, so that's probably part of the calculus too, that Burris had seen him well. The guy on deck, Kalinic, had smoked a single at 107 off Glauber 2 innings ago. Walker McDuffie's 1-1. Burris laces it past Nicholson in the left. There's a man aboard for East Carolina who just won't wilt, and the tying run's coming to the plate.
Burris has been to the plate 5 times today, and he's been on base all 5 times. A couple of walks mixed in there. 3 base hits. And all ECU wanted was a chance, and here is their chance. Tying run comes to the plate.
With Michael Kalinic. 2 singles today, both of them ripped at better than 100 miles an hour. First pitch. Kalinic takes down. Kalinic has given East Carolina a big boost offensively down the stretch this year. There's natural power oppo, and there's power to all fields. Cliff Godwin was saying to us the other day for the sophomore. Kalinic on the ground. Paulson recovers to the bag to get out number 2.
ECU down to their final out. A rocket, but you talk about position perfectly for Paulson right there. Steps on the bag. Not sure why he threw that ball, but didn't hurt him.
And Burris at second. And the last man for East Carolina is Colby Wallace. 0 for 3 with a walk. Called a strike. Wow. And now Cliff Godwin, as Cliff Godwin often does, will take the offensive timeout. This is just to give an earful to Jeff Wright. So how do you approach Walker McDuffie? Right on right if you're Wallace.
He's got some good sink on the fastball. I see that. I mean, you're just kind of hunting a mistake right now, but it's firm. You know, you got to hit off the fastball. And you hope if he spins that breaking ball, that changeup in there, he elevates it enough and makes a mistake.
Awesome atmosphere all night in Chapel Hill.
You're just hunting a mistake if you're Wallace.
A 1. Just down 1-1.
Sometimes the squeaky wheel gets the oil every now and then.
Pirates fans well represented here too at the Bosch. The 1-1. Twist outside. 2-1 on Colby Wallace. Yeah. Angst caked all over this one. Two 1. Wallace cuts through the slider. And North Carolina's 1 strike away from being 1 win away from a super. Walker McDuffie's 2-2. Off the edge. What a take by Wallace.
Perfect pitch and a better take.
Can you get on board here for the guy on deck, Jeff Sabater, who has been nearly unstoppable over 2 days?
I don't think McDuffie's giving in. I would not be shocked with a 3-2 breaking ball here.
3-2. Cut out and missed. Walker McDuffie ends it, and North Carolina wins it.
And boy, he wasn't either. He had confidence in that breaking ball. McDuffie just spins a breaking ball to the outside edge. You get a swing and miss, picks up his 6th save of the year. I tell you what, ECU gave North Carolina everything they wanted and then some. Fall just a little bit short. North Carolina moves on to the winner's bracket. And we'll have an ECU versus VCU first game tomorrow.
Man, what a ball game that was. Two teams who had met 3 times and split in the regular season, and they play another whale of a ball game where East Carolina grabbed a 3-0 lead early. Then North Carolina ripped off 7 runs in a row before ECU got 2 back in the 7th, threatened in the 9th.
How about this pitch here, Mikey? 3-2 count, tie and run at the plate. McDuffie just spins a beautiful breaking ball for his 6th save of the year, and that's spinning one right there in a big moment.
And how about the move by Scott Forbes? With as good as Caden Glauber had been, to go to Walker McDuffie, who last year put himself on the map against East Carolina early in his freshman season, and on center stage against East Carolina now in his sophomore season.
Yeah, I really thought Scott Forbes managed his pitching staff very well. He could tell that Jason DeCaro maybe just didn't have his A game today, and ECU was kind of getting to him a little bit, and he went and got Glauber, and Glauber gives you 4 1/3, 2 runs, and then McDuffie finishes it off.
So the bracket looks like this. North Carolina tomorrow night against whoever wins tomorrow afternoon between East Carolina and VCU. That'll be to stay alive and to get North Carolina, and then whoever wins that first game tomorrow has to beat North Carolina twice. And North Carolina just 1 win away from another super regional. Caden Glauber joins us now. Caden, I can imagine how awesome this atmosphere was to be a part of when you're pitching in it, and then when you're watching Walker finish it. What's this feel like?
Yeah, this atmosphere is awesome. Walker was pitching. I look in the crowd and I see every seat filled, every standing room filled. It's awesome. Everything. This fan base is phenomenal. So it's great to see in this playoffs time.
Kate, tell me a little bit about your stuff today, man. 8 strikeouts. Looked like you had a really good live fastball and a pretty good slider as well.
Yeah, I was just trying to work off what Coach Gaines was calling, trying to get that slider really tight, and just trying to stay in the zone all the time. Get ahead, stay ahead.
Caden, what's it been like pitching in this role? I mean, you're obviously used to starting, but you come in and give so much length when necessary out of the bullpen. How have you taken to it?
Yeah, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm here to do. It's been great. This year's been awesome, and I'm just here to do what they need me to do to win.
Hey, give us a little scout on Walker McDuffie, because we've watched him for 2 years, man, and the slider's nasty. He's 95. What do you see when you watch Walker?
Yeah, he's gonna make fun of me when I say this, but he's disgusting. He's a great leader. He's disgusting and awesome to watch him pitch.
Hey, we use that word for you tonight too. So congratulations, Caden. Thanks for doing this, man.
Thank you. No problem. Thanks, guys.
Caden Glauber was awesome, and he was disgusting at times.
Yes,
so was
he
Walker
was.
McDuffie to slam it shut, Ben.
You got enough pitching like North Carolina has, man. Like we talked about, it's big-time pitching, one of the top pitching staffs in the country, and they do it with 4 or 5 different guys the way they do it. But I love their offense, too. I love their offensive approach, the way they play small ball. They can run out of the ballpark every now and then, too. You get a look at Scott Forbes, you know, just kind of talking to Jason DeCaro as well. And so big-time win for North Carolina. Puts them again in the catbird seat. They got to be knocked off twice tomorrow. They'll sit back and watch game 1, and whoever wins game 1 tomorrow will be trying to knock off North Carolina in the nightcap.
Saw Scott Forbes, like you said, having a moment with Jason DeCaro. Scott Forbes, man, hats off to him. He pushed the right buttons, like you said, managing this pitching staff. And once again, they are in prime position. And East Carolina and VCU, man, they got a lot left in the tank. You know that. You might see Ethan Norby tomorrow, I would imagine, at some point for East Carolina.
You would think so.
And VCU, they had a great pitching performance today. But then you're going to have to beat North Carolina twice.
Right. It's going to be hard to do. And I love the way North Carolina stuck with their offense approach. ECU got out first. They got them down 3-0 after 3 innings, but they just kept pecking away. Finally got the big swing there in the 4th inning, the 3-run shot by Heineck, and they were off and rolling after that.
So again, the bracket looks like this. East Carolina and VCU. Noon Eastern. You can always watch it on the ESPN app, and then we'll get you the television info by the time you wake up tomorrow, where you can watch that game for the right to stay alive and move to Sunday night. We know it's going to be a 5 o'clock start, and then we'll let you know the TV info on that as well. And you can watch it, as always, on the app. Walker McDuffie finishes it off. East Carolina threatened, but too much UNC in the end. Coming up next, it's Miami and Florida. A big one on the way from Gainesville. Eric Freed and Lance Cormier have the call of that one. For Ben McDonald and our entire crew, led by Matt Bartley and Steve Turnberger, Mike Monaco saying so long from the Bosch in Chapel Hill.